Hello everyone and welcome back. It is football season once again. Welcome to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. We appreciate you so much for joining us here. We know you're excited for Friday Night Football. We can't wait either, but we got a couple storylines we got to talk about. We're going to talk to a couple coaches, look at some of the rankings, much more coming up here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. Let's jump right into some of the storylines that you want to watch this upcoming season. Some of your season headlines going into the 2024 season look like this. Southeast Polk is going for 4 straight football titles, but this year it's going to have to look a little bit different. They lost their quarterback, Connor Moberly. He's off to Iowa State. They lost their entire offensive line to graduation, but they do return Sam Zelenovich, one of the state's top receiving wide receivers in the state of Iowa. He is going to be a threat. Keep an eye out for Southeast Polk this season as they will look to go 4 straight in what would be the underdog of the 4 straight years of winning a title. The Valley Tigers, another team to keep an eye out on. A team that really had no business making the playoffs last year, got into the Final Four, fell short to Southeast Polk, but almost took down the state champions. Drake DeGroot, we expect him to play quarterback, was kind of shoved in last year, came off the JV roster. We expect him to play at the quarterback position, and don't forget about Zay Robinson and Jaden McGregory, 2 absolute weapons on the wide receiver and cornerback positions. The Valley Tigers and Coach Gary Swenson, you already can't count them out when they're 6-6 or 6-3 or 3-6. It doesn't matter. Valley will be a true threat to win a state championship this year. Ankeny Centennial lost a huge senior class, but do not count out the Jaguars. Losing a lot on offense and defense allows a couple new faces to jump in. Now we see how Centennial can retool this year because we don't expect a rebuild. We expect a retool, and it could start with a big victory against their rival Ankeny on Friday night. And finally, there are some good quarterbacks in the CIML, and we want to talk about them. Luke Anderson could become one of the best quarterbacks we've seen in the state of Iowa in the last couple of years, especially with Coach Bauer's offense. Will Nuss and Johnston. Will Nuss, it feels like he's been there for years. Well, he has been there for years. He has plenty of experience to back on. His wide receiver class changes a little bit once again, but as long as the defense can get Johnston a couple stops and get back to what they were at least 2 years ago, Will Nuss and the Johnston Dragons could be a threat. And don't forget about young Beckett Baker. He's already a junior. He started as a true freshman, or a freshman I should say. Beckett Baker and Waukee, despite losing a couple players on defense and on the offensive side, Beckett Baker and the Waukee offense could be set for great things in 2024. We go into now our rankings, courtesy of Radio Iowa. These were just put out on Monday. Your rankings look like this. They have given the Ankeny Hawks the nod. Your defending state runner-ups, Ankeny Hawks, are in the number 1 spot. The last team to win the state title, not named Southeast Polk. They sit at number 1. They get a big game with Ankeny Centennial tonight. The Valley Tigers at number 2. We talked about them just a few minutes ago, of how stacked that offense is going to be. Look out for Valley. The defending state champion Southeast Polk Rams will be tough to beat, but they have to reload. It's just a matter of how well the Rams can put things together. They slot into the 3rd spot. Dowling Catholic is 4th. They lost a lot on the offensive side of the ball. They do return Rashad Davis at the running back position, and look out, they had 3 sophomores on the defensive side of the ball who are now juniors, and also a true freshman starting at tackle for Dowling Catholic. Keep an eye out for the Maroons. And rounding out the top 5, Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Dowling's Week 1 opponent. will be fun to watch with a very talented quarterback wide receiver duo over there in Eastern Iowa. The Waukee Warriors jump in at the 6th spot. Waukee, a lot of upside last year, fell short to their rival Northwest, and that just kind of set off a kind of up and down season for the Warriors. But could this be the year Waukee could put it all together and make it to the Dome? We'll just have to wait and see. Ankeny Centennial, we talked about them, lost a lot, a big senior class, but have a lot of upside on the junior and sophomore side. Can Coach Pezzetti get the Jags back to the Dome? Iowa City High, and the QB Bacon is his last name. He is fun to watch, and Iowa City High could be a sneaky team out of Eastern Iowa with Bacon at the helm. Watch out for the little Hawkeyes at the number 8 position. Waukee Northwest at the 9 spot, another team that lost a lot, a huge senior class, but can retool on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of juniors have to step up and fill those gaps. They get a big game against the number 10 team, the Johnston Dragons, led by senior quarterback Will Nuss. They are in at the 10th position. Those are your headlines and rankings, courtesy of Radio Iowa. We appreciate everyone for watching so far. Do not go away. Your game is coming up in just a few minutes. But first, we got some coach interviews to talk about tonight's big games. Coming up on the other side of the break, you're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings in the best part. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. It's time for our coach interview segment of tonight's pregame show before we get you to the big show, if you will. Paul Yeager had a chance to sit down with Coach Pezzetti and Coach Bauer of both Ankeny Centennial and Ankeny ahead of the big crosstown rival here in just a few minutes.
Here we go, season 2024. Co-head coach Ryan Pezzetti. Coach, it's done. Practice is ready to go. What is those emotions for those guys, trying to keep them focused on the task at hand?
You know what? First game's always exciting, especially when you get a chance to play a top 5 opponent with Ankeny. Big fans. We're expecting that. Get big support. And our kids are excited.
New opportunity for Chase Kluver to play a lot of football, but he's a guy that has a huge football IQ. How do you walk him through all the stuff he's got to worry about tonight?
You know what? It's just one play at a time. It's one practice at a time, sharing him with the defensive staff and making sure he's dialed in on what he needs to do on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball. We know it's a daunting task, to play 2 ways in 5A football. Will he play 100% of the time? That's up to him, and that's up to how he handles it. It might be 75, and it might be a little bit less than that, who knows. But you know what? It's been done before with kids that we've coached, and it'll be done again.
Braden Jackson's getting an opportunity now to get a lot. You have Sam Heather. You got new guys in some skill spots. It always seems to be you absolutely reload on your skill spots.
You know what? Both of those young men are outstanding kids, great families. When you look at Braden, a year ago he had a great year. He's an all-state football player, but he's overshadowed a little bit by Elijah Porter. Rightfully so. Elijah's at Northern Illinois this year, doing a great job. Then you have Sam Heather that just kind of developed into who he is, and he's kind of he does it all for us. He catches passes, he blocks, he runs. He's a great equalizer, and he's tough, just for us because we get to do everything in the same personnel sets with him.
That offensive line talked about, they're all returning. What is it about them? What is it about a returning offensive line that gives you excitement?
Oh, that's great. A year ago, when we were talking before this first game, we were very inexperienced. We didn't know what to expect. They surprised us a little bit. They got better from week to week, and by the end of the year, they were really doing a great job. This year, there's a new face here and there, but they're all the same. And to see that, and to see some other guys step up and be part of it, it's very exciting for us.
Defensively, Isaiah Bassett comes back, is a guy that we'll know from name because he punted and he played defensive line. Who else should we look at up front?
You know what? Reed Anderson has done a great job. He was an outstanding player a year ago. Carlos Blunt. You look at Mitchell Greider, Malachi Curvey. I mean, obviously Chase Kluver. I mean, we're going to play a lot of guys on defense. I'm obviously going to miss some, but they're fast. We teach them to be physical. Hopefully they are. And looking forward just to see where we stand.
There's no secrets in high school football. There's no secrets in town, especially when you've played a team twice in the last calendar year. What is it about that opportunity to feature the two big teams here in town?
Oh, it's great for our community. It's great for our kids. Very rarely does anybody, any football player in the state get to play in front of a crowd of this size. You know, if you go to Iowa State, UNI, you get those opportunities. But very, very few times in high school football can you step on the field and both sides are packed and there's people leaking out the bottom.
And a new north end zone project. You finally get to you don't have to go half a mile to get in the locker room.
You know what? That'd be nice. That would be nice for sure. And they did a great job with it. We got a complete stadium now, which is great. I know our visiting teams will like that as well.
Well, we always have to tell them you're in that pole building. It was a little bit of a different thing, but again, I think I talked about this last year. Two coaches that have both been Hawks in play. Again, that just to me adds a little bit, a little extra juice. Of you guys, both you and Coach Bauer, have heavy investment in this community. When it comes to football.
Yeah, I was born and raised here. You know what? I've been around football my whole life and truly enjoy being around the kids, just like Coach Pezzetti does and our staff. We don't get wrapped up in the history of things too much. You know, we talk about it every once in a while, but it's a day-to-day. Kids change from year to year, and teams do too.
Well, let me do that. How about, is that okay if I do it that way?
Yeah.
Lastly, keys. You know, it's always about turnovers and who shows up. And again, the speed of tonight is going to be, you're going to see a lot of things unfold. What do you see?
Yeah, turnover, special teams. That's what's going to boil down to. Obviously, we always say who can run the ball and who can stop the run. You know, absolutely for sure. But it's turnovers and special teams. You know, if we don't turn the ball over and play good special teams, we should be fine. Offensively, they're going to make plays. We'll make plays. It's just it's going to be balanced, you know. At the end, you know, you look at those two things. That's what it's going to boil down to, in our opinion.
It's supposed to be fun too.
Yeah, we're going to try.
Go ahead, Coach Ryan Pezzetti. We're back here in a moment here on the pregame show. Kickoff coming your way soon here on CISN. Back here on the pregame show, the head Hawk, Jeff Bauer. Coach, finally you get to hit somebody with a different colored jersey. How do you keep these guys focused the week before game week to get to game week?
Oh, it's been tough. Obviously, we had the Valley scrimmage last week, which we got to look forward to. But after 9-10 weeks of the summer, of just each other, and then loving, the Valley was exciting to get to go do and see someone else. And so obviously now this week, it's they're pumped up. We're excited.
Tonight, you already play the team that you probably know the best, and guys know the best. You know there's messages, there's between back and forth. You saw him in the Dome last year, you saw him in the opener last year. How do you keep focus on a night like tonight?
That's a big secret, I mean, that's the big question, how you do it. And we've been trying, hey, it's just about us, it's just about us. Hopefully they get the message. Obviously it's just natural when you go out and there's 10,000 people in the stands, and opening night, and, it's a lot of emotions and excitement. Kids are kids from both teams are gonna make mistakes because they're overstressed and overexcited.
A year ago at this time, Luke Anderson was an unknown commodity. He absolutely blew expectations out of the water, progressed. Now you have to take him to that next level. What do you see in his development?
Well, Coach Walls and Coach Firkin, I mean, they're amazing with quarterbacks, our whole offense, but Luke is, he's 200% above where he was last June when we first started coaching him, and it's a testament to him. He's an unbelievable kid. He's smart. He's a kind of cool hand Luke. If he makes a mistake, he lets it go before he goes back out the next, hey, that's all right. He threw a share of interceptions last year, but he didn't let that snowball into the next series,
So defensively up front, you have to replace a couple of rushers and a pretty good couple of good stoppers in the backfield. Where does it start up front for you?
Well, Manning Allen obviously took over week 2 at nose tackle and did a great job. He's just different. Most linemen don't see that speed at the nose tackle position. But then my 4 defensive ends who we have this year, we're so excited to watch. As far as Andrew Hazy, who we have this year, we're so excited to watch. As far as Andrew Hazy, who was here last year, Kingston Poppy, and Minner, who was a freshman who we brought up last year as a sophomore, and he's going to be really good. But the last one is Carson Bernholtz, who hasn't played football before, and people get to understand what Carson Bernholtz is about.
Are you saying we're going to say his name a couple of times this season?
I have a feeling you will. Yeah.
But you have to replace a Connor Kaiser and a Dylan Doherty in the backside.
Yes.
You mentioned a couple of guys up front. Who's in that backside? I know you're pretty high on Sam Sandvig. Who else?
Yeah, so Sammy moved from, it was an off safety to the Hawk safety for us, which Doherty played last year. But then we have Taylor and Voss, seniors that came back, Michael Johnson back. The linebackers going to be Hill and Easy Pinks at the outside, and then we have a sophomore, Dawson Whittinger, who is he's been awesome, just trying to soak it in, and Coach McGackey and his crew, I mean, they do an awesome job coaching him every day about the details, and he's really taken to it.
Keys tonight, what do you see?
Just who's going to be more relaxed and be themselves. You know, who's not going to make mistakes because you're too pumped up, and, you know, hang on to the ball, turnovers, you know, eliminate that, and I think you should be all right.
This is also a game that pits two guys who used to be Hawks that played. Ryan Pezzetti, you played for Jerry. This is a thing where it's a community game. Is that even mentioned with these guys?
Well, I mean, obviously, everyone talks. I mean, the kids know each other. They're friends with guys up there. I mean, they have a lot of good kids. You know, they're coached well. I mean, this community, obviously, this football game means a lot too. So, you know, it's unfortunate some of the stuff that happens, you know, because 98% of the kids aren't involved in any of that stuff. You know, it's too bad social media. Sometimes we would have it, you know, but I know how good our kids are. I mean, for one bad thing to come out, that's not who we are. So
we'll see how it all plays out here in the next few minutes. Thanks, Coach. Yep. That's Jeff Bauer, Head Hawk. Our pregame show continues after this on CISN.
And once again, we want to take a quick moment to thank all the coaches that will talk to us all season long and everyone who talked with us this weekend. We really appreciate it. It helps give you, the fans, just a little bit of insight into what's going on during the week of practice. It's time to jump into what's on tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. For maybe to go past expectations this year, kind of in the middle of the pack is what people are thinking for these two squads, so a win against one another would be really good to start the season. Expect a good showdown over there in Waukee Northwest. Dowling Catholic versus Kennedy. This was a high-scoring affair last season over in Kennedy. This was a Saturday game last year. Dowling was able to get away with the win. They'll look to do that again tonight at Valley Stadium. And then the Battle of Ankeny. Ankeny versus Ankeny Centennial. When has this never not been a phenomenal game? It's a rematch of last year's state semifinals at the Unidome. Keep an eye out for the Jags and the Hawks this evening. And that will do it for us here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. Won't be calling a game tonight. I'll be watching from home, just like you are right now. We appreciate everyone for watching. Enjoy your Football Friday, and thank you for watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
High school football is back on CISN. It is standing room only tonight for the crosstown rivalry. It's Ankeny and Centennial to open up the 2024 season here from Ankeny Stadium. Good luck finding a seat. We've got one of the best ones right here, along with Tim Halber. I'm Paul Yeager. Our 7th year of coverage here at Ankeny Stadium. And Tim, we open up with just one of the best games flat out in the state of Iowa. These are two teams that know each other well. Oh, by the way, they played last year in the semifinals. What do you expect from tonight?
It just I think is that two of the top teams. They're many rankings have them as 2 and 3 in the state. Definitely, last year we talked about being playoff qualifiers. I definitely think these two teams will be in the postseason again this year.
They are two of the highest rated and highest octane offenses, but it's a lot of change for these teams in some key spots. Let's start with Centennial at quarterback. It's Chase Kluver. He has a stat as an offensive player, Tim. He's 0 for 1 throwing the football.
Yeah, I think he'll settle in. He'll go two ways. He was a safety last year, coming at quarterback, a really good athlete. Look for him to maybe take off running a little bit here to balance it out. A year ago, we had an unknown quarterback come in, Luke Anderson for Ankeny.
It kind of was what you just heard there in the pregame with Coach Bauer. I said, hey, same situation, different year. Luke's year turned out. What worked for Luke to get him started in those early games last year?
He had a great running game, and he also had some big receivers out there. We had Agers, who's gone on to college here, so he was settling down, good athlete, let the offense work around him. He was a little shaky to begin with, but he stayed with it. Then he came on the end of the year, been a good athlete, very smart quarterback to play.
Jaguars have won 8 of these 14 matchups. They're 8-5. All time as we get ready for item number 14. We just saw the coin toss. The Hawks win the toss. Let's go down to the field for the third member of our broadcast team, and that's Austin Oliver. He's got a pretty darn good view down there as well. Austin, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, Paul. I got to tell you, it's about as picture perfect out here as you can get. Temperature cooled down a little bit after that rain last night. Both these teams are ready to go. The crowds are revved up. Should be an electric game tonight.
78 degrees, winds out of the northwest at 3. We're going to get down to about 66, but the humidity, as Austin said, is gone. Tim, this is a game, seriously, not since the first year we've probably had this good of a crowd. They're still trying to get in and find spots to seat. The student sections are filling up, and I'm pretty sure adults are going to be in the student section pretty soon.
Yeah, I think we're looking at an overflow. Even the sidelines, you're getting into the grass area. There's a lot of fans here, a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz, because these are two top teams, especially when they played in the playoffs last year. They both made it to the Dome. Both teams have the expectation to go back there again.
Ankeny comes into this contest, depending on the poll, number 1 or number 2. They scrimmaged the team that they flip-flop in a lot of these polls in Valley last week. You had a chance to see that game. Two of the best teams there.
Yes, the speed at the wideouts, the size of the linemen, how they cover sideline to sideline, both teams having different chances. They both scored on each other. Those are two of the most impressive teams I've seen. So look for them to be a wide-open season for Valley and for Ankeny Hawks.
For Centennial, we've not talked about one of their key returners, and that's Braden Jackson at running back. This is the kid who, just like his dad, maybe didn't get the respect early on, but he has everyone's attention right now.
Yeah, he's devoted himself to the weight room. I think last year when you saw the success that they had at running back, putting in the work there, that he's going to be a difference maker. College is starting to look at him. He's going to be one of those late bloomers, but he could be the difference maker here and giving his quarterback a chance to settle in and play a good game.
The return team for Ankeny has come onto the field. They're in their maroon tops, yellow numbers trimmed in white pants, and the white helmet with the Hawks on the left. The Jaguars from the north side are the visitors tonight. They are in all white, trimmed in black, with a gray stripe down the left and right side of their uniforms. Numbers in black, helmets with black, and a Jaguar on left side. Getting ready to tee it up right now for Centennial to kick this thing off is going to be Ryan Bendazoo, and back deep for the Hawks. Guys, they're expecting a lot. Evan Erlmeyer and Caden Henkes. We're at 7 o'clock. It's Friday night, August 30th, 2024. We are ready for some high school football here from Ankeny Stadium. Glad to have you along for this, as we can't have much more amped up than we are right now. But the kick and game is underway. High end-over-end kick. Henkes is going to take it at the 4. He's at the 10, 15, 20, makes a move out to the 30. Has a seam to the 35. Penalty flag comes in. He's up to the 40. Return of almost 30 yards, but I think this is going to come back to at least the 24.
It's hard. There's a lot of guys moving quickly out there. You get a hands in the back easily. The guy gets around you. So we see this quite often, especially at the very beginning of the season. Guys trying to get the lane assignment. So see some laundry out there on the 30-yard line. So ball should go spotted back around the 20-yard line.
We're going to have a hold on the Hawks.
Holding Ankeny.
So this will go back to the 20. So it's just like it would have been in a touchback. So
unless you're in the NFL. And then I don't know where it goes.
There's a look at your Hawk offense. Brady Walls, the offensive coordinator. He's been working with Luke Anderson. And Anderson just has a different swagger about him this year. He is the guy. He's not having to prove anything. He's just trying to win a contest. 2 receivers to the left. Going in motion right away is Larmy. Now he's in the backfield. First play from scrimmage is a pass. It's a slant caught at the 25-yard line by the Hawks. That's Evan Erlmeyer, and he's stopped by Reed Anderson and Carlos Blunt.
You're going to see tonight, we're going to call Reed Anderson's number a lot, also Carlos Blunt. 2 of the main inside linebackers. Centennial always brings very athletic, very quick athletic linebackers to the game.
Erlmeyer and Brandhorst to the left. Henkes to the right, Larmy in the backfield. It's a pass again for the Hawks. 3-step drop, quick throw, out of bounds, intended for Henkes. Coverage on the play by Jackson Reed. Incomplete, it'll be third down.
Jackson Reed, one of the captains out there, or one of the corners out there. See what they have for 3rd and 5. They've gone out there with a single back set and double wides, trying to spread that defense out and get a read out there. So see if they want to go back. New tight end and Nathan Richmond. Assad has got great hands, so.
Hawks at the 26. They need to get to the 30. 3rd and 4. Anderson again to pass. Throw. Caught. And that's enough for a first down. Andrew Brandhorst is brought down by Kane Brooks. It's enough to move the chains. Gain of 6.
Coach has said that Brandhorst was a bit of like an Acre-style kind of receiver. Tall and good weight at 205.
Hawks go tempo now. Again, 2 receivers to the left and right. They go first handoff of the game. Daniel Larmy up to the 35. Otis Hambasic is the tackler for the Jaguars.
Centennial runs that basic 4-3 defense with very active linebackers.
Larmy again, the single setback. It's going to be a passing situation. Anderson throws the out, caught at the 42-yard line is Evan Erlmeyer, just short of the stick, so right at the stick.
But left foot or right foot?
Exactly.
I think he's got it by 6 inches.
He might be short. Let's get to some keys of the game for Ankeny. What do you see here, Tim?
That's another Hawk.
Well, getting the pace in here, Larmy only has 1 touch, but Luke Anderson's been very comfortable in the backfield.
If you're the Hawks, you're trying to play your game. Here, setting up the screen. Anderson throws to Larmy, and it is sniffed out right away. Barely getting back to the line of scrimmage. Mitchell Greider was there. Kind of was in Larmy's.
Mitchell Greider.
Well, we used to say something that he was in a certain part of his athletic way.
Yeah.
Not now.
Good job. They recognized the screen pass going there. Greider from his defensive line position dropping back into coverage, which really puts even more coverage back there. There's no place to go for Larmy, so really no gain on the play.
Up to the 42-yard line. 2nd down for the Hawks. 2 receivers left. Handoff Larmy up the middle. Has enough to get past the line of scrimmage. Keeps his feet moving. He penetrates the 50. Not much further than that. Kane Brooks comes up to make the tackle. Also, Carlos Blunt again. You loved Blunt last year.
Yes, I think he's really active out there. Good lineage. He's just a very athletic linebacker, surprising speed, and that was playing a lot as a underclassman. Twice we've seen Larmy running behind the linemen of Bieroth and Dorfler. Those are both 3-year starters in the offensive line, 265 and 270.
Coach could
Tackle
not
and guard.
say enough good things about the size of his offensive line. Let's see what they do, and they bring the heavy now on 3rd and 2. Before the snap,
Somebody might have moved.
there is a flag, but it is a timeout. Ankeny will step away for a moment. No score early on. Out of the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 1, and it looks like it is going to be the heavy package again as Lucas Beroth is lined up now on the left side of the formation as almost a fullback. Larmy behind Anderson. They go off tackle, it's stunted, fumble, ball's loose. Initially, it looked like Hambasic stepped on or recovered it. But I think it's going to stay with the Hawks, and it's going to be 4th down.
Reed Anderson shot in from the other side there, got in behind, didn't give Larmy any chance to run. Surprised that he cut it to the right when the hole was designated to go to the left. So
yeah,
great job by Reed Anderson reading that play, getting a hit in the backfield. Big 4th down play.
Ball's at midfield, 8:25 to play first quarter. No score. First possession for the offense. Play clock under 10. Now they send to the right. Richmond, 2-1. And there's going to be a penalty flag delay a game, so the Hawks were probably looking for distance to make a little more room for the punter in this situation.
Also, the coaches will note that when they lined up for a 4th and 3 like that, how did the Centennial defense line up? Gave them a look, so if they come back to that again, they know how their defense formation is going to line up against them. So,
back deep for the Jags, number 35, Garrett Stevens.
Ryan Harrington on to punt. Back deep is Jackson Reed, along with Garrett Stevens for the Jaguars. From his own 30. High spiraling kick, fair catch is called for and made by the Jaguars, Del Wesak. And it'll be now the first opportunity for the Jaguar offense and the debut of Chase Kluver at quarterback for the Jaguars, Tim.
yeah, he's going to rely on that running game. We'll probably see a lot of Braden Jackson there. The wild card is Sam Heather. You know, he's that kind of H-back. He can receive, he can catch, he can run with the ball. So see how they want to use him in the backfield. A good running game is going to settle that quarterback down here in the first quarter.
Coach Ryan Pezzetti told me this week everybody thinks all we do is run. Let's see what they do on the first play from scrimmage. It is a delayed handoff to Braden Jackson. Bounces off one tackle and doesn't get much further than the 28-yard line before he's brought down by Kinnick Voss.
Kind of ran that split formation. They ran Heather off to the right side, giving the ball to Brandon Jackson. That's something they do. So seeing a running play here, the very first step, but getting a first down is important for the quarterback. Get settled down.
First down yardage on that play up to the 29 now. If you get 10 at a time, why do anything but run? They give it to Morgan. Cut back. He's wrestled down at about the 35-yard line.
Carrying the ball for the number 32, J.J.
Easy
Morgan.
pinks there for the Hawks.
Brought down for number 31,
Great blocking up front by the offensive line. All 5 of these guys played last year. 4 of them were starting the last game in the Unidome. So they bring back a lot of experience, and they too have some size there, across that front 5.
Gain of 6 on the play. 7 minutes to go. First quarter, no score. Kluver under center. Has Heather behind him in the backfield. Jackson goes in motion, gets the handoff. Juke steps and then is stood up and taken backwards by Tristan Hill.
Jackson carry.
And we have a helmet
stop
off,
rating
so
number 20,
the clock will
Hill.
stop as we have to send off the field.
Jurovich there. Yep.
Jurovich has to go off.
Probably bring in Phelps may come
3-yard
in.
gain, 3rd and 1.
But again, Centennial getting a great push off the line, Tim.
Little adjustment there. Ankeny Hawks tend to run what they call is a 3-3-5. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and they have that extra Hawk defender in there.
Jackson goes in motion. They keep it with Kluver. He has the first down and then some. Great push up there by his offensive line before he's brought down by Sam Sandvig,
Number 5, Chase
among
Kluver.
others.
Good pop in there. Tristan
Brought
Hill.
down by number 31.
Whitinger. Whitinger, we may call his name more often. He's new to this program. He's a sophomore. Coach says he's the fastest linebacker on the field, so see if that enthusiasm there getting settled into his first rivalry game here.
He knows the Centennial program. He was in it last year, so he knows a lot of these guys. This game carries a little extra zip. Kluver's first pass is Morgan, and he is absolutely demolished by Easy Pinks. The senior Sam linebacker, 6 foot, put a charge into that stop. No gain, loss of 5.
Went for a safe little out there, back out of the backfield, circling out, but great coverage by Easy Pinks. Broke down and made a good tackle there for no gain, or actually for a 4-yard loss. So now this falls back in the defense. The Hawks like to blitz out of this, either bring a linebacker in. A lot of times to see Tristan Hill come in. We may see the Hawks, Sam Sandvig, come in there, but put pressure on the offense, not letting Kluver get set.
Loss of 3 on the play. Kluver gives it to Morgan, and he's met by Mars Clark and Manning Allen and Sam Sandvig. And Easy Pinks.
J.J. Morgan.
Great job at Mars Clark. They had 2 blitzes going on at the same time to the right side. Just ran out of blockers out there, got him in the backfield. So another loss. So see what they dial up if they want to pressure the quarterback here. Now 3rd and very long.
2-yard loss.
2 non-regular plays that they've shown in the first couple of opportunities with the ball. So, and at that point, it seems like Ankeny has him scouted well. Let's see what happens. Big play coming. Kluver with time. Clock ticks. He's still moving. He's going to tuck it and run it. He is going to be stopped, and he is going to be well short of the first down. Coming up
Number 5, Chase Kluver.
is
Brought down by number 1,
Johnson.
number 6.
Michael Johnson
Boston
comes up,
Whittinger.
and if you don't know how to pronounce his first name, he says lockdown.
Yeah,
That's what you call him.
we got it. We'll get that fit in there. A good job by Kluver, instead of throwing into coverage there. Everybody was covered. He just took off, got what he could. A little more field position, for the set up of the 4th down for the punt.
Voss and Clark back deep for the Hawks. They stand at their own 15-yard line. Isaiah Bassett, great punt, high kick. Clark's going to let it go and just hope it ends up in the end zone. But that thing took a left turn at the 5-yard line, maybe the 4.
Down there at the 4-yard line. The mistake there, not getting over, letting the ball bounce.
Let's go down to Mr. Oliver, who's nobody's been in the end zone yet. Austin, what's going on down there?
They definitely have not yet. I just want to echo what you guys say. Just being down here on the field, both those offensive lines just look massive compared to what they've had last few years. I know there's a lot of returning starters, but they must have added some poundage on both the sides of the ball because they've been getting good push up there on both the sides.
Austin Oliver, 3:42 to go, second offensive possession for the Hawks. They're backed up inside their own 5. 96 yards to go to the house. Anderson gets the offense in position. They go with Larmy underneath, and he stood right up. In fact, I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I see Greider in there. Might be Houston loose as well, getting in there on.
And Blunt and Anderson. Yeah, they had a nose for it.
Max Holcomb.
Second and 11. They're going to say he did somehow get back to only have a 1-yard loss. Now Hankus is with Anderson in the backfield. Back to pass. Throw down the far sideline. It's man for man, and then it's broken up. Great defensive play intended for Brandhorst. It was broken up by Jackson Reed.
Covering for the Jags, number
Maybe just a
21,
hair
Jackson Reed.
underthrown.
A little under. He had him beat down there, but actually then turned around and played good defense, not allowing the interception.
So now the Hawks, big play here, 3rd and 11 from their own 3-yard line.
Hard to run inside there. That defensive line is very, very stout. Coach Pezzetti talked about how these guys, when they play as a unit, they're very tough to get any yards on.
Larmy is next to Anderson, 2 yards deep in the end zone. Play action. Anderson throws again, same play. He's got a man. It's Hankus over his shoulder, and it's dropped. Had him turned. He looked inside, went outside, incomplete. Would have been well than what was needed for a first down. Instead, the Hawks are going to have to punt literally from the shadow of their own end zone.
Went deep twice there, Hankus, but he got a step on the safety.
Like the play before, underthrown. That one was maybe overthrown. If Anderson can dial it in there, maybe the Hawks can have a little better result. Again, into punt for the Hawks is Ryan Harrington. His feet on that back line here at the 2:57 mark. Low kick. It's taken on the run by Centennial. And I think it was...
Punt return to the 23-yard line, number 35. Garrett Stevens brought down for the Hawks.
Garrett Stevens makes the return.
Nathan Becker.
And Nathan Becker, the tackle for the Jaguars. I didn't get you the keys to the game for Centennial, a little bit late, but it is uncertainty, and they have something to prove. Is that holding up so far, Tim?
Yeah, they felt they should have won last year, that they came on late. So they have some new people out there, new names in different positions, but they think they can play with Ankeny Hawks, play to play. Like I said, these are 2 of the top 4 teams in the state, preseason predictions, so they have really nothing much more to prove.
First down, handoff goes Jackson left side, spreads out the play, gets to the edge, and then is ripped out right at the down marker, a couple yards short, gets up to the 15.
Good blocking on the outside there. Looks like they ran off of Braylon out there, sealing the end and creating some room for Jackson to bounce outside and pick up 7-8 yards.
Michael Johnson the stop as clock stops, ball goes out of bounds, 2:40. Jaguars running the ball so far 37 yards rushing, and I don't see them doing much different so far with the success they've had up until this point. Kluver keeps it. Still on his feet inside the 10 to the 9. That's enough for a first down. Ben Taylor, the tackle for Ankeny.
You've seen that twice now when you get a down with short yardage to go for a first down, 2-3 yards. We're seeing Kluver just take the snap and running it up there for the first down. So that athletic ability at the quarterback position really does bring out the possibility of another option to cover for the defense.
And we are in the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone for Centennial now. In fact, they're well inside. They're inside at 1st and goal from the 9. Kluver under center, guy in motion, and the problem for the Jaguars, they had a second guy go in motion. I think it looked like Morgan jumped at the same time Jackson went in motion.
Looks like we had Pinks and Clark there looking like they come on the outside blitz and the outside the tackle there.
Offense, number 11.
Tim, why has this offense that Centennial and before that that Jerry Pezzetti had at Ankeny been so hard for teams to stop over the years? It's the same type motion on so many plays.
I think it's hard for the scout team to replicate it because you got backs going different ways. You got buck systems going in. Well, the first back get it, the second back's going a different direction. And then the blocking schemes, you got to have good linemen, and the linemen are very disciplined in getting their blocks in the right gaps, creating openings for the running game. It's very hard to get in there and stop it.
Morgan is next to Kluver on 1st and goal from the 14. Pass is thrown. It's caught by Reed, who gets a couple of yards back before he's brought down by Sandvig. Caleb Reed, who's just kind of waited his turn, getting his opportunity there to make that catch on 2nd down.
Pick up a couple of yards there, but good coverage by Sandvig. Playing the hawk position. It's like a rover position. There really isn't, not a safety. Could be a corner like an outside linebacker. So does create matchups. We see more of that now when you have running quarterbacks or the RPO having a hawk in there to spy the backfield.
Approaching 1 minute to go in the quarter. 2nd and goal from the 12. Kluver. Play action. Going to throw. Tick throws to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Centennial. Jaguars strike first. J.J. Morgan on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Penalty flag on the play.
They're probably going to call Bernholtz for a late hit. On the quarterback, I thought he was there. Also, Sandvik got up there, almost got a hand on it to tip the ball, but just over his reach, in there for the touchdown.
Holding. Offense for the 78.
Or it's a holding.
Or it could be a holding.
You kind of wondered when the Jaguars stood there. Let's watch it again here on the replay. They called. Right there. Right there. And the official, it was 78. It was Jurovich right there. Got the hand on the other side.
Pinks is saying, I would have got him. But good rush to the outside. Once again, bringing the outside linebacker. Pinks has been like the main blitzer on a lot of these plays, causing some pressure. So that moves the ball back. There is a motion penalty. We've had a holding. So now from the 9-yard line, they are back at the 22-yard line.
Offense going back. There's still 43 yards of offense, but they've lost almost as much as they've gained on this series. Clock at 63 seconds to go in the quarter. Kluver with time. Here comes some pressure before the play. It's going to be blown dead. Whistle.
Fighting snap. Full start.
False start Jaguars going backwards again.
That's where that blitzing happens in there. They look out the corner of their eye. They're seeing, at that time, it was Mars Clark blitzing from the left side, where it'd be the offense's left side. Got up there. Someone peeked out there. Wanted to get out there. He had he almost, could have picked off the pass. So moving him back further.
Now it's a 2nd and goal from the 27-yard line. Now you keep going backwards here, Tim. You change the complexity and the thought process when it comes to a field goal.
You want to get something underneath because really a 20-yard line, 25 is your field goal range. You want to get something, try to get 10 yards, get it within there so you have a manageable 3rd and goal, probably from about the 15. So look for something underneath or maybe a short flat pass out to the left flat.
3 receivers to the left, Morgan's to the right of Kluver. He looks to his left side with time, throws, has a man on the sideline, then it's nearly... In fact, it was more for Johnson than it was for Reed. It was the flip of who was playing what position. Incomplete, 3rd down.
Yeah, Johnson played that very well out there. Not letting Caleb Reed get anything on the ball there. So now you want to get some yards. You want to get down to about the 20-yard line. Give yourself a reasonable field goal chance instead of being back here.
You talk about what you can't simulate in practice. Can you simulate penalty after penalty to push you back to a 3rd and 27?
I don't think that's part of the goal line offense in practice, but see if the pressure comes on, or if Kluver gets a little pressure, he takes off and runs.
Play clock down to 3. Kluver gets it away with 1. With time, Kluver, all the time in the world. Looks and time is running out. He just shuffles it forward, incomplete. There were 3 Hawk defenders there. Mars, Clark, Bernholtz.
Pass intended for 32. J.J. Morgan falls incomplete. 4th down.
And one more, I think it was Pinks, were all there, and it was just a shuffle pass, and it'll be incomplete, 4th and 27.
Bernholtz is, and we'll talk about him throughout the game, he's interesting. This is his first football game, and he got some pressure on there. So looking at a 45-yard field goal, 44-yard field goal here.
Ryan Bendezou out of the hold of Chase Kluver. It's a 45-yard attempt to the right side. Kick is up. It is end over end, and it is right down the middle. First points of the ball game is a 45-yard field goal. And the Jaguars are on the board. 42 seconds to play. First quarter here from Ankeny Stadium.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Caden Hinkes. Taking off number 18.
A great punt by Isaiah Bassett sets up a poor offensive series for Ankeny. Great field position for the Jaguars, but the Jags go backwards about 25 yards, have to settle for a 45-yard field goal from Ryan Bendezu. They lead 3-0 here with 42 seconds left to play. Bendezu gets a great kick into it again. That one is going to go into the end zone and a touchback. Let's go down Austin Oliver. Austin, I know it's on the other side from you, but they kept moving their way back towards you.
Yeah, it seemed like they had success with delayed plays to the outside in that first series and in the second series, and they kind of got away from that and then started going backwards. I could see when they do go quick to the outside, you can see the speed of those Ankeny defense, and they have shut that down really quickly. But when it goes outside to a little bit delay, they don't know what to do, and they've been having some success. It just didn't have it on those 3 penalties in a row.
Valley and Southeast Polk are playing. That's a great game. Also another semifinal from last year in 5A. Kennedy and Dowling and Johnston and Waukee Northwest. You can watch those last 2 games also on CISN tonight. Here, it is Centennial 3, Ankeny 0, first quarter. Little trickery, and it's going to be tough for Erlmeyer. He is going nowhere. Great sniffing out by that play is Noah Carter.
That's playing your position, looking at your keys. He was not going to be fooled by that little toss around. So good job out there. Cutting on the corner, making a bounce outside, and then making the tackle.
Carter kind of took 2 steps in, but then Erlmeyer just could not shake him. So loss of 6 on the play. Let's see if the Hawks elect to get something in before the quarter expires as we're under 10. Anderson gets it away, throws it, slant, caught Erlmeyer at the 22. Knocked down to the ground by Blunt. It's enough to get back close to being on the chains, but that ends the first quarter. Ankeny and Centennial good so far. Jaguars lead 3-0 from Ankeny Stadium.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Jaguars get a field goal. Lead 3-0. We go to quarter number 2 from Ankeny Stadium, where one of the hardest things to find is a seat. Down the sideline, Brandhorst catches it at the 45, and it is a race to the end zone. It is going to be a touchdown. Andrew Brandhorst, the junior wide receiver, 79 yards for a score.
Very Acre style, got there, beat the safety there. Look, man, he might have been on the corner, went up there, took a little bumping there. Went up there, still caught the pass. Way to concentrate on the play there. Good job by Brandhorst getting down there. And that flips the field.
Yes, that is one way to flip the field. Ryan Harrington on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Ankeny 7, Jaguars 3 from Ankeny Stadium.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 of a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
It's an Anderson to Brandhorst 79-yard touchdown score, and that was pretty. We saw the replay once. I'm guessing we're going to see it again. Harrington to kick it from left to right. And it's a low liner. It's going to be taken by Morgan. Boy, he's juggling that thing, picks it up at the 3. This is where things can happen. Morgan is not going to get past the 20. He's going to get up to about the 18 before he is brought down by Nathan Becker. Two great special teams tackles for Becker so far. Austin Oliver, what do you have?
Well, I got one play right here in front of me the whole first quarter here, and they throw a touchdown pass and run around on the other side. The one thing I saw is that obviously the Hawks are willing to challenge those one-on-ones on the outside. I think that's the third pass they've thrown out to there, and finally had a good connection to make score the touchdown.
Chase Kluver comes out to pass. They've had negative 1 yard passing so far. 1 of 2 passing. Let's see what the Jaguars can do. They go with a pass here, Kluver. Here comes some pressure. They go down the near sideline. There's a man there, and it's intercepted, Mars Clark. Clark just stepped in front of that pass intended for. That was Clark picked it off, but it was intended for Caleb Reed, and the Hawks get the turnover on the first play from scrimmage.
It's hard to roll out to your left with your right-hand quarterback. You tend to put a little more air underneath the ball. That floated up there, allowing Clark to get there and get underneath and make the interception.
Also on that coverage was Johnson, but Clark just kind of read that thing. I'm not sure that Reed saw it properly.
I think he saw Johnson out there in coverage, but yeah, I think Clark came in from the top, picked her off, Bo.
7-3 Ankeny here. Johnston leads Waukee Northwest 7-0. That game on CISN. Dowling and Kennedy getting close to kickoff. They were scheduled for a 7:30 kick after a freshman game. Before the snap, the play clock was at 0. The Hawks burned their second timeout. They were in danger of another penalty on a delay of game. The first one was intentional. The second one. Tim, I got to say, every time I look to the right, and Steve Hartley has pointed out, he's like, dude, there is nowhere to stand on this near sideline around turn 1, turn 2 of track. Nowhere to stand on that far sideline. And then the only place I see, look at that crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple. Oh, there's one. Row 12, seats 15 and 16. There's an opening. That's it.
I think where the sun is shining up in the corner, that's where people are not sitting directly in the sun. But otherwise, it is full. I'm looking over there. I would hate to be in line for concessions. You're going to miss a lot of the game. There's a big crowd down there.
But a huge thanks to those in concessions who are working, because it is a thankless job tonight. Hawks go to work, 1st and 10 from the 45. Anderson throws it near sideline. He's got a man. He's got a step, but it's a little too long for Owen Fisher. The electric Fisher. A half a step short. Incomplete. Good coverage there, Kluver, and also Jackson Reed.
The Hawk offense is finding the two outsides at their speed that they got at the receiver position. What I saw last Friday when they played Valley is that they got speed to the outside. They're willing to take off and run. The corners are going to have to learn to get a jab on them to knock them off their route. Otherwise, they're going to have a track meet out here.
2nd and 10 on the incompletion. 11:29 to play. Ball at the 45 of Centennial. Hawks send a couple receivers to the left. Henkus is behind Anderson. Play action. Here comes a screen. They just throw it at the feet of the intended receiver of Nathan Richmond, the tight end. Good blow up there. I'm going to just take a wild guess. Blunt, is that who it was? Oh, no,
Curvey.
Actually it was Curvey.
Curvey was in there. Got a good rush on there. They have that diagnosed quite well. They can read the linemen when they don't pressure them, they don't block them as hard. There must be a screen, so they don't bring all 4 in the rush. They bring 2 on there, but they stay back there. There's nothing left to do but throw it at the feet of Richmond. So bringing up a 3rd and 10.
From the 45, now trips to the left for Ankeny. Anderson throws it near side, has a receiver, Fisher, caught. Was he in bounds? He was. Down to the 17-yard line. Tell you what, Jackson Reed couldn't play that one any better. That was just a well-placed ball. Here's the replay. And the Hawks again are in the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. Yeah, great play. They go up the middle with Larmy, and he gets inside the 15 down to about the 13.
Coach talked about Owen Fisher there, that he went back to that play he had on first down, that he is extremely fast after the catch. So he's got some speed out there, making a difficult matchup.
Bassett makes the tackle.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
And clock now under 11 minutes.
Only seen 5 rushes so far by Larmy.
Henkus is lined up in that backfield just a couple of times, but yet to touch it as a running back. Larmy's there to block. Anderson runs out. Here comes some pressure. He just gets it away, floats it. Oh, great defensive play by Kane Brooks on that one. Just a textbook knockdown on the pass intended for.
Great job by Bassett
Force.
getting off his block, getting out there, not giving Anderson much of a chance to get the pass off. Luckily, it was incomplete there. When you float it out there, that could have had danger on it. So now it brings up another 3rd and long for the Hawk offense.
Ball at the 14. Hawks need to get it to about the 7-yard line to keep the drive moving. Clock stopped on the incompletion. Henkus gets the call up the middle. Dances to the right, goes to the left, and he's brought down by Mitchell Grider and Carlos Blunt.
Yeah, I saw that Reed was in there. I mean, the 2 linebackers came in there really stuffed. It's hard to run inside that line, but you have to do it to keep the defense honest. So that's the first carry there for Henkus.
Ryan Harrington on to attempt a field goal of 30 yards. Becker is the holder, or Carter Bailey is the holder. Kick is up, it's high enough, and it is good. Ankeny takes a 10-3 lead at the 10:02 mark from Ankeny Stadium.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Number 14, Ryan Harrington.
Hawks turn a turnover into 3 points. 35-yard field goal adds on to the lead the Hawks had. They now lead Centennial 10-3. Paul Yeager, Tim Hauber, Austin Oliver with you. 10:02 to play in this half. It's been a good one so far. Harrington's kick is a good one. That one is going to hits the goal post on the bottom bar and misses the field goal. Austin Oliver, what do you think of that?
I tell you what, I think the wind may have impacted a little bit. There's a little bit of a wind coming out of the north. it may have contributed a little bit for that fluttering pass that got intercepted for the Jags, and maybe it settled down the Ankeny passing attack a little bit too, being able to have that consistent wind at the back and be able to toss it out the outside. So a little bit of an impact with the wind maybe on those little 2 plays.
Still a gorgeous night as the sun has now exited all of the field and the stands. We're all in the shade now as the sun hits behind the bank behind us. Handoff, Braden Jackson gets to the outside and turns the corner, and he's brought down by his shoulder pad by Sammy Sandvig, who just grabbed that left arm. Sandvig, I got to give credit, Shannon Sandvig of the parent committee, been huge in helping us get a lot of information about the Hawks, and Jason Humphrey of the Centennial parent group helping us get a lot on the Jaguars. And again, if you have anything for us, let us know. We love to talk about it. We still are going to talk about pancakes, syrup. We'll get to that.
Yes.
We'll get to. We have this new defensive player before the snap. A whistle is blown.
Officials timeout. Might be an equipment issue.
And it's the guy we want to talk about. Here comes Karsten Bernholtz, who's never played organized high school football before. I think he maybe played Ankeny junior football, played baseball, but he's out for football this first time. Coach is high on him. Kluver, the keeper, right side, and he is cut down behind the line of scrimmage by Kinnick Voss.
Kinnick Voss closed on that quickly.
Third and 6, Tim.
This coach talked about that. He has 2 starting defensive ends, Bernholtz and Haase, but he has 2 other ones that could be starters at any other time. So he really rotates 2 different sets of defensive ends, keeping them fresh. That turns everything on the inside. Then you get your linebackers to get in there. At that time, the safety, Voss read it perfectly, get up there and make the stop. So now you bring in that 3rd and 6 situation for the offense. A little bit tougher to get out.
And the Jaguars call timeout as the play clock expires. All right, we're in the 7th year doing this stream here, and one of the cool things has been to watch it from wherever. I just got a note from someone watching in Oklahoma. I know that there are college kids who maybe have games tomorrow that are recent graduates. We might have some people watching in, say, I don't know, Cedar Falls, maybe Northwest Iowa, maybe in Minnesota from wherever they're watching. Both these things. Tim, we've done a number of these games. Last year we had the double overtime regular season game.
To start the season.
And it only got better as the year went on. Great atmosphere tonight, right?
This it's hard to top that. This is classic high school football. Everybody should be here. If not, I hope you're tuning in and you're kind of seeing and appreciate what's going on here. Great for the city of Ankeny that these 2 high schools get together. All these guys know each other. So, no, this is a fun crowd just to watch. We just kind of keep looking out. We have the windows open. It's a beautiful night, better than it was 5-6 days ago.
Sure, what are you talking about? 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
Kluver on 3rd down. Here comes some heat from the Hawks, and before the snap, somebody jumped. And usually when they blow it dead before the snap, it's on the offensive team.
The Hawk defense is clapping there.
So one thing about our location, we're in a different spot this year. We're flip-flopped.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 78.
False start on the offense. We're no longer behind the students. We're behind the parents. So I don't know which one is going to be worse.
I don't know. I
the
think,
students were fun.
I know, but I think the Sandbag family is right below us. So I don't know if it's going to be much quieter than it is behind the student section.
Shannon gets going. Love it. 3rd and 11 from the 19. Chase Kluver. Man in motion is Morgan. Kluver with time. Now he runs. He is going to be close to the first down. He reaches out at the last minute, and I think they're going to give it to him. He needed to get to the 30.
Put his shoulder down and got the yards he needed for the first down.
Voss was there, had him locked up initially. So did Johnson. Here's the replay. I don't think that was a scripted run.
No, he had some time to throw there, but his instinct there, he's a good athlete to take off and running. Usually when a defense is in a zone coverage, the defensive backs tend to have their back to the offensive line, so there could be more lanes for the quarterback to run coming up there. So they went back there, had their backs turned a little bit, so he found a lane to pick up some yards.
Receivers split out before the snap, a whistle.
Pregame snap. False start. Offense, number 22.
First game penalties, Tim. I think it's a stereotype, but man, it's proven to be true tonight.
Yeah, they want to get off the ball there a little bit. The timing between the snap and cutting towards the line of scrimmage is just a little bit off. They want to get there. So now we're bringing up, 1st and 15.
Coming up at halftime, it'll be an Ankeny interview. TJ Jumper, head girls cross country and girls track coach, will be our guest. 10-3, a 7-point lead for Ankeny here, 8:23 to play. Jackson on the sweep, gets stood up and shoved out of bounds. Tristan Hill.
Jackson.
And I'll find him.
Brought down for the Hawks, number 22, Taylor.
That's who I'm looking for, Ben Taylor, number 22. I don't quite have the numbers memorized yet. Give me time.
We'll get there.
Gain of 1, 2nd down.
Chase Kluver, leading rusher of the game tonight. 5 carries for 30 yards, so done a nice job there.
We've been on this side of the field, Tim. We haven't really had a chance to show you the new end zone project. We'll try to get a chance to see that here as the night goes on. Morgan in motion, Kluver with time. Throws it to Morgan, caught at the 25. He stood up and maybe gets back to the 30. Johnson and Pinks there. Clark came in for support, and it'll be 3rd and 9.
Ezekiel Pinks.
Easy Pink, senior linebacker, the Sam linebacker, doing a nice job tonight, getting out there, knowing when the running back's getting out there in the flat, and then doing open field tackle, not trying to dive at his feet, watching his hips, keeping him in front of him, so didn't let him pick up a big gain there. So now we got a 3rd and 9 to see how this defense, they tend to blitz on 3rd and long.
Timeout on the play, Centennial. 7:02 will step away from Ankeny Stadium.
Centennial. Their second timeout of the half.
Big at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab offering 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $4,750 cash. New 2024 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. And new Sierra 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $3,750 cash. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. DeArmondChevyGMC.com.
Midwest Electronic Recovery, Modern Heating and Air, Renew You.
There's a look at Coach Jeff Bauer having a conversation with one of the officials tonight. Thanks to Coach Bauer for his assistance in getting ready for our broadcast, and Coach Ryan Pezzetti, his help for the Jaguar information. We've seen both the practices here. It's been kind of fun to get back in it, shake off the fair mode, clean our boots off a little bit, Tim, and it turns out I missed you at the fair a couple of times.
Yes, you're a busy person. I heard they gave you a card of some kind, so you had full access to the entire fairgrounds.
It's called Quick Escape, 3rd and 9 for the Jaguars. 7:02 to play. Jackson goes in motion. Play action. They have Heather. They're going deep. Then it's not there. Kluver's going to run out of time and just have to settle for not losing the football. He's brought down by Karsten Bernholtz. Right on that near sideline. Easy Pinks there. Manning Allen as well. And one more was there. Yeah. One of my favorites, Kingston Upabi. And by favorites, I mean to say. But Steve, I'm dyslexic here. I wrote down the wrong number. Bassett in again to punt from his own 20. Gets a high kick that's going to just hold short of the 50. Bounce and take an absolute Ankeny bounce. It's ping-ponging around, and that's actually a pretty smart play.
Yep.
I think that was Max Dickinson. He kicked it like a soccer ball there, because if that thing lands, that thing's going another 10, 15 yards back.
Yeah, that thing checked up like one of your pitching wedges.
Yeah,
like.
Great backspin.
Yep. Easy Pinks almost got in there for the block. He had the kicker actually ran into Pink, so there was no flag on the penalty otherwise.
There's no yardage penalty at this time. First down, Ankeny.
7-0 Southeast Polk has taken a lead on Valley. 14-7, Johnston leads Waukee Northwest. Dowling and Kennedy no score as they wind down the first quarter here. It's 10-3 Ankeny in front of Centennial. Daniel Larmy up the middle, gets wrapped up. Mitch Greider coming up to help. Was Blunt, but also one other guy that I haven't seen in there. Oh, Del Wesak now playing a little bit of defense.
That offensive line for the Hawks trying to figure out the blocking of those 4 down linemen for Centennial. They've been very stout tonight. Very hard to run against them between the tackles.
And notice who's not on the field right now is Chase Kluver. They have him off for this series at least. It is extremely hard to play both ways in 5A football. Let's see if that's just a series switch. Anderson comes down near sideline. He has his man, but it's underthrown and nearly picked off Jackson Reed. Hankus, the intended receiver. Actually, Hankus had to play defense on that play. It was so underthrown.
I think Hankus might have got a little tug there, pulling Reed off his feet for not to make the interception, so no flag there, but that was really underthrown.
Hawks have gone to that near side throw a lot tonight.
They're getting one-on-one coverage there on the outside corner, and they think they can do a challenge there. But if you keep doing that, at some point, someone's going to be open down the middle of the field between the hashes. I think that's going to open that up. That safety's going to want to creep on over.
Nathan Richmond, the tight end, lined up on the right side of the formation. He's out in pass route right now. They throw to Erlmeyer, who had a white. He had a Reed Anderson hand on his jersey when he made that catch. It'll be 4th down and short. Maybe a long 4 yards to go.
2-yard gain, 4th and 3.
So at 5:18 to go, do you want to risk it? Do you want to see if you can maybe get them to jump offside?
4th and 4.
They bring in Larmy, bring out Richmond. There's always the quick punt, but you're also looking at field position. Time on the clock is 5:18. Ankeny's just going for it. They send Brandhorst and Hankus out left, along with Erlmeyer. Larmy in the backfield. Anderson throws down the middle, has Erlmeyer wide open at the 5. Off his fingertips, incomplete. And the Hawks will turn it over on downs.
That play was open between the hash marks. Erlmeyer looks like he's slowed up just a little bit. Thought the ball was going to float in. Maybe that wind is a factor down there. It sailed him just a little bit.
He got behind the defense. You're right. I think he slowed up. So the Hawks will turn it over. It'll be Jaguar football at the 38-yard line with 5:13 to play. Jaguars with 1 timeout left.
Now at the shorter field to see if the Centennial Jaguars can make the offense go here with 5:13 to go. They got good field position, some of the best they've had. They can get that running game back going again.
Kluver under center. He's got Heather, but he gives it to Braden Jackson, who goes right, cuts back towards the middle.
Jackson on the carry.
Sammy Sandvig and Dawson Whittinger.
Dawson Whittinger.
Good blocking out there. They kicked it out, but Jackson cutting back in, picking up 4 yards on his own.
Gorgeous sky here as we approach 8 o'clock, and it's a run to the right for the Jaguars. And Sam Heather getting his first carry of the game. Sam is a guy who just a couple of years ago was about 5'7". Nothing wrong with being 5'7", mind you. Who's now 6'3". His dad's a big guy, but he's also the nephew of Nick Collison, former Iowa Falls cadet. Oh, yeah, by the way, he played for Kansas in basketball.
So hey, there's still room to grow.
He does. They just knew it was going to happen. Kluver gives it to Braden Jackson, who has the first down, and he just about breaks that. Gets across midfield to the 46-yard line.
That was a great fake there to Heather. Thought he had the ball there, delayed handoff to Braden Jackson. So the line, good blocking out there.
We're having a little bit of jawing now. We got ourselves some talking going on down low. I see who it is. We'll wait on who it. identified. Go back and watch the play. You can see it. There's one more, too.
Defense needs to get set up.
From the 46, they go Jackson left side. He cannot escape the hash.
Tristan
Whittinger
Hill.
and
Jackson
Johnson.
carry.
What do you think of Tristan Hill?
Brought down once again for the Hawks, number 6,
Has he been in,
Whitinger.
you seeing him everywhere that you
Number
want?
1, Michael
What's that?
Johnson.
Tristan Hill, you seeing him wherever you
I am. He's coming in there. He's been blitzing, before. Pinks has been the other blitzer, but he's done a good job keeping that outside, not letting him get to the outside, using that speed. So
2nd and 7. Clock approaching 3 minutes to go. Ball on the 43. And we have a whistle and we have a player injury. Yeah, Whittinger has to come out.
Yep.
He has been holding that left arm the last couple of plays. They quick ripped off the play calling wristband and sent in. They sent in Carson Baker.
54.
Fake to Heather, give to Morgan. Morgan's got some room down the left side. He's at the 30. Then he's knocked down hard at the 25. That's enough for a Jaguar first down. Tristan Hill makes the tackle. Best drive of the game.
There, Clark was turning it in there, but had a hard time getting the linebacker in there. We're seeing Baker coming back out. Whittinger back in again. Might have been an equipment issue.
Or it could have been a stomach issue. Sometimes we see these first games, you get hit just right. It's the reverse. Morgan on the inside. He cuts it back up to the middle. He's inside the 5. Down to about the 3 before he's brought down by Mars Clark.
Brought down by
Sandvik got in there, got on there.
First and goal.
They lined up Heather as a tailback back in and crossing, so it's always hard to tell which of the 3 may get the ball, or Kluver could keep it on a rollout.
We're inside the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. Ball inside the 5 at the 4, first and goal, and that's an illegal motion on the left side of the line. It looks like Morgan maybe jumped.
Last time they were in the end zone, they're at the 9-yard line. Had a series of penalties, put them back to the 25. So here we are at false start. Moving them back, making a first and goal at around the 9.
Penalties have been very, very costly tonight for Centennial. Probably cost them a touchdown in the last drive. They're only back to the 9 right now. First and goal from the 9. Minute 33 and a timeout. Either the lone setback. Jackson in motion. Rollout pass for Kluver. Fake throw, throws towards the end zone. Caught Heather. Touchdown! 9-yard score!
Touchdown Centennial.
Kluver to Heather, and the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this up.
Good fake there by Kluver. Rolled out, pumped once. Took a mini roll, found there. Heather's going, I'm wide open. He stopped, looked, punt. Once again, defender left his feet. It's always a no-no. Kluver went out there, continued rolling out. Touchdown.
Ryan Bendezou on to attempt the extra point for the Jaguars at the 119 mark. So that's the first touchdown pass of Chase Kluver's high school career. Kick is up and into the band, and we're tied at 10 here on CISN.
119 left in the first.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Jaguars tie it up on a Sam Heather 9-yard touchdown catch from Chase Kluver. 10-10. Of course we've got ourselves a good game between Ankeny and Centennial tonight from Ankeny Stadium. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk with Ryan Pezzetti, and Austin Oliver will chase down Coach Pezzetti as well as Jeff Bauer. That kick is in the back at Hankus over his head. Austin, things have gotten a little bit exciting down there. Right to you that time.
Yeah, it was a good drive for the Jags. Talking about needing that at the right time there to tie it up here going into half for sure.
How's the shape of the guys? Does everybody look like they're in shape? We seeing anybody winded, Austin?
I think they're putting it all out on the field right now. I'll tell you that much right now. That may have been one of the substitutions that was coming over the sidelines in that last drive was an exhalation of something. So,
all right, Austin, thanks. 119, the descriptions were extra. That's what you get on the internet. Luke Anderson goes to work, throws the near side, and no one was there. And this might be intentional.
They crossed the line of scrimmage.
Crossed the line of scrimmage, so yep. The official started reaching for his flag. I'm like, well. Stops the clock, 1:15. Hawks do have a timeout.
Houston loose there on the rush. Seeing more of him tonight.
Before the snap, I think the Hawks moved. A couple of times I felt that peripherally it looked like somebody moved before the snap.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 78.
Want to be careful down here because Centennial has a timeout. You don't move the ball and force them to punt, you still would get field position because things can happen. So they may want to go to a couple running plays.
Second and 15. Larmy in there with Anderson. Daniel hit right there by Reed Anderson up to about the 20.
Larmy.
And if you're Centennial, you might think about that timeout if you're thinking Ankeny on 3rd and 9 isn't going to convert.
Well, they get it down to about 25 seconds.
Gain of 6, 3rd and 9.
To run a 3rd down play, and you can run it. So that would really put hard to get the clock, or they may just let it run down. Hawks also have a timeout.
Yeah, because I don't think you want to take the 5-yard penalty here.
No.
Yeah, the Hawks are going to either take a timeout. That's exactly what they're doing. Coach Jeff Bauer calls timeout.
Ankeny, their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Southeast Polk leads Valley 7-0. Centennial and Ankeny here tied at 10. Johnston and Waukee tied at 14. Dowling has now put a score on the board in the second quarter. They lead Kennedy 7-0. Here it's been a couple of field goals and a couple of big plays. Bendazoo a 45-yard field goal. Harrington a 35-yard field goal. Heather a 9-yard catch for the Jaguars. Brandhorst 79-yard score. That's your scoring. That's it.
Yeah, it's a game of inches because it's letting a punt go past you that caused Centennial to score. You missed a 4th down pass over the middle, just slightly overthrown, gave the ball great position for Centennial. They drove the field to score. So even things out here. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. Very physical game. Guys are playing at a high level.
Anderson to pass. Throws far sideline. Caught by Brandhorst. Short of the 1st down.
To Brandhorst.
Jaguars call timeout because they want, with 20 seconds, Ankeny to punt the football.
Good open field tackle by Kane Brooks out there in the corner because that, if he would have slipped, he could have gained another 4 or 5 yards and got a 1st down. So good tackle by him. So now do you put a rush on? Do you want to set up the return? Because you have time let's see, the ball is at there. So they're going to receive the ball right around the 30 or 35-yard line, depending how the punt goes. Let's say the 25. But if they get a return, they could be at midfield with 10 seconds to go.
Both teams have great kickers.
They do.
Ben DeZoo could really put a leg into it. So can Harrington. That's always seems to be kind of in the DNA here. Over the years, there's been great kickers.
Punting for Ankeny, number 14, Ryan Harrington.
They'll have protection there in the backfield, so you'll have fewer guys going down there to cover the punt. So now you have an opportunity to return.
I think all you're trying to do is get Ankeny to execute the punt, and they do. Harrington gets it in. Fair catch caught back at the 32-yard line. Taken by the Jaguars.
Stevens.
Garrett Stevens.
Ball played at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, Centennial.
So do you turn your quarterback loose to see that he's had a decent game? Kluver has been 4 to 13. No, I take that back.
I think you heard his stats, and you make him take a knee. 13 seconds, right?
Yep, they're putting Jackson in back as protection.
And now we're going to watch the knee taken, and I actually saw them work this out in their walkthrough yesterday to practice on taking a knee. You got to practice those things sometime, and that's how we are going to end our halftime score. 10-10 is our score. Austin Oliver is down on the sideline. He's looking for Ryan Pezzetti. And both teams head to that north end zone. That is such a beautiful sight to see. That new facility. Ryan Pezzetti's there with Austin Oliver. Let's go, Austin.
Pezzetti, I kind of had that drive at the end there, probably kind of what you want. Got that offense going. What did you see there?
You know what? That's who we are. You know what? Our kids executed pretty good. We're getting tired. We had some opportunities on that drive down at the south end. Had a touchdown called back. We're lucky probably it's this close, but you know what? We're gaining momentum.
All right, thank you, Coach. Have a good half.
All right, that's co-head coach Ryan Pezzetti with our Austin Oliver. TJ Jumper is our halftime interview. We'll come back with that interview, and then we'll come back and take a look at the first half statistics. Here from Ankeny Stadium, it's 10-10 after one half of play. You're watching high school football on CISN.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Save on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off, plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees. All at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life. that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Save on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off, plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees. All at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
It's hard to stop a train.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Back here on the halftime show of Ankeny Centennial, Paul Yeager and head girls cross country and girls track, Coach TJ Jumper. How you doing, Coach? I suppose it's been a warm week, but it's not been a warm preseason, has it?
No, we had great weather leading up to the season. Even over the summer with camp, the girls were really excited about the weather. And then this week, we've had to move things around. Going early practice before school to late at night, depending on the heat and the weather, just so we can get our workouts in.
That was a big issue last year, and here it hadn't reared its head until now. So I guess there are races where like lightning can happen and delay things. I mean, adversity is part of this whole setup too, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we have to be ready to run in all conditions, right? And so we've talked about our mindset of pushing through and what does that look like? What does that feel like? Acclimating to the weather, just getting used to whether it's hot out or it's cool out. You know, how are we going to respond? What do we need to do? We've been talking a lot about hydration this week, and we want to optimize our training and be ready to race. We need to stay hydrated.
Helps when you have veterans like you do.
Yeah. We got a great senior class this year that's leading by example, but also making relationships with our freshmen, Sophia Graber, Drew Beeson, Lauren Jackson, just to name a couple that's really stepped up for our girls. But then we also have some others that haven't seen varsity time that's just leading by example. We have Abby, who's connected with the freshmen and really take care of them. And, then we have quite a few juniors that are returning as well. So, with our team, our varsity team, we have 6 of our 7 runners back from last year. And so we're excited about what we have. And our younger runners have really progressed, and now we've created some depth going into this year.
Some cross-country teams are built with a solid 1, and you just hope to get a good next 4. You have that solid 5. What is that? Is that something you talk about, of just one place more for every girl makes a huge difference?
Yeah, we look at it in development as well. How can we improve each runner? It doesn't matter if you're on our varsity or not. We want to improve what we're doing, because we know over time that they will be our varsity runners, So really looking at 3 varsity teams in my mind. We have our varsity right now. We have our varsity that's going to be next year, and then we have our varsity that's going to be in 2 and 3 years. So all of them are varsity runners. It's a matter of when and where, right? And so we're developing them in that direction. We have Drew Beeson, who placed in the top 5 last year's coming back. She's really probably our top runner coming back, one of the top runners in the state. McKenna Medetsky has had a wonderful spring. As a freshman in the 800, she went 240, and then last year she got 6th at state and went 216, and she continued that over the summer with her training. So we're hoping for her to be top 15, top 10, along with Drew. And then Lauren and Sophia had great track seasons, and they've been running well. And then we got Reagan Prendergrass that came off injury, and Ainsley Keene, who's coming back off injury. That's going to be actually a real dynamite 6. And then we have several people fighting for that number 7 spot, which is exciting.
That helps the team. It helps kind of motivate some of those, like you mentioned, the next wave of things. How do you balance the temptation that these girls have of just super energetic and wanting to run and maybe overtrain to make sure that they're ready to go come October?
Yeah, so we give a range. Here's our minimum to maximum, and you have to stay within that maximum. You can't go past it, and we talk about that. And that's the thing is, with our team right now, I find myself pulling them back in training, and we talk about the health side of that. The reason we want to cross-train at times is to avoid some of the force or injuries with our feet, ankles, knees, and hips, because you never know what's going to happen in a year. This year, there's probably about 4 or 5 teams that could possibly win it, depending on what kind of year they're having and who's going to avoid injury. So our thing is we want to play the long game and not the short game. So to do that, we have to be very smart about the mileage we're putting in now. We want to have it just right. We don't want it too much or too little. And so we're constantly talking about what are our recovery practices and how are we feeling? Do we need to take a step back, or like tomorrow's workout, we're really going to get after it, but we're not going to double up the next day. So why don't we do some recovery things to make sure we're getting our work, but we're doing it smart.
You got to have that first meet. When is that slated for now, since you missed Tuesdays?
Yeah, Tuesday's getting canceled because of heat. Our first meet is going to be Thursday at Ames, and that's going to be some pretty tough competition. I think 3 of the top 5 teams are going to be there, and it's going to be the first meet for all of us. With our depth in returning, we're looking at what strategy do we want to run, because the girls are going to be excited, and it's going to be their first meet. Do we want to go out fast? Do we want to go out a little bit slower and pace it? That kind of thing. We've done some time trials, so we have a good feeling of where the girls are, and we're super excited right now. But we also have to have strategy, because there's other teams that can be just as good as we are.
I always look, Johnston to me is still always one of those top girls teams until they're not. That's right. You always have to. You see all that purple and gold running by you. Quickly put a bow on your first season as a track head coach, and just again, you talk about balancing sports or balancing activities to kind of keep, because you don't get every girl that's out for track, out for cross country. But what are you doing with them right now?
Yeah, so our track girls are train some this summer. For those that are focused on track, we really do promote multi-sport athletes, and so if they're in other sports, we want them to go spend time with their other sports because we want them to be successful in both places. So we try to work with their coaches, even their club coaches, to balance that. Again, looking at recovery is just as important as our workout. And so we're constantly in communication with our girls with that. But our focus this fall is really going to be in the weight room for our sprinters and jumpers. We've got a couple of our long sprinters out for cross country to work on their base. Our cross country runners are super excited because their work now is going to be connected to their work at track, and they haven't always had that with this group. And so we look at just building upon everything we're doing throughout each season. So we're really going to work on, like I said, with our sprinters and jumpers, our speed and our power, a lot on our power part. And getting better there with Coach Mosier, our weight coach, who's magnificent. Actually, every girl in our program, whether it's cross country or track and field, is now involved in lifting and being very purposeful with their lifting. Because one, we look at it as a way to avoid injury, but two, to help us get a little bit better.
All right, Coach, I appreciate your time. Enjoy. Hopefully the heat is behind us. And it's all smooth sailing from here on out. Coach, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. That's head coach TJ Jumper of the girls cross country team as well as track team. Our halftime show continues after this. You're watching high school football on CISN.
Save big at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab offering 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $4,750 cash. New 2024 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. And new Sierra 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $3,750 cash. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. DeArmondChevyGMC.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Halftime here at Ankeny Stadium. We're tied at 10, Centennial and the Hawks. Let's take a look at some first half highlights. Then we'll do some first half statistics. Early on, it was a pretty, back and forth contest between these two teams. And here's how the scoring started. It was a field goal for Ryan Bendezou. 44-yard field goal there, and that was back in the first quarter. Then it was Ankeny's turn to score. It was Ryan Brandhorst would take this Luke Anderson pass, go down that far sideline, get behind his defender, and go 30 yards untouched into a score. 7-3 at that point. Hawks would add a field goal to make it 10-7, and then Centennial would get one more score. They would be able to put a drive to work here at the end. Sam Heather is going to score a 9-yard touchdown pass from Chase Kluver. There's Kluver rolling out, throwing on the second fake. A nice move by Heather to get into the end zone. And that is your first half scoring. Take a look at first half stats. Ankeny passing is 9 for 18, 143 yards. Anderson has found Erlmeyer for 4 catches and 22 yards. Brandhorst, though, the 3 and 91 leads all receivers. Fisher has a catch, as does Larmy. Rushing for the Hawks, they've only been able to run the ball 16 yards on 9 attempts. 7 carries for Larmy, 21 yards. So it's been tough sledding, and Hankus 1 yard, and Erlmeyer has lost 6. For Centennial, they are 4 of 7 passing. And let's go down. Austin Oliver, sorry about that, Austin. He has Coach Jeff Bauer.
Hey, Coach Bauer, obviously some highs and lows there in the first half, first game of the year. What'd you talk to about your boys at the halftime?
Hey, we battled. We had chances. I thought we threw the ball well, protected well. We have to run the ball better. That's not us. We have to be able to establish the run. Defensively, we played hard. Had to stop their outside run a couple more times, but we gave up the ball at midfield for them at that last drive. So defense really played well, I think.
All right, good. Thanks, Coach. Have a good half.
All right, that's Jeff Bauer with Austin Oliver. Sorry about that, Austin. Thank you for keeping Coach there. Go back to our statistics. So Centennial is 4 of 7 passing for only 13 yards, but 9 of them came on that last score. But they've been able to run the ball. 21 carries, 118 yards. Kluver with 7 rushes, 31 yards. Jackson, 8 carries, 42. And Morgan, 5 carries, 42 yards. Tim Halber, what do you see in those first half statistics?
The offensive line for Centennial really did gel. Later in the second quarter there, they had a good drive down there, got some problems, didn't had to go for a field goal, but that drive of 60-plus yards to get a touchdown to tie the game was big for them. But their balanced rushing attack, we're looking at, 42, 42, and 31 for the top 3 running backs. Kluver's done a nice job settling in. Had one small mistake passing, but I think he's found his feet and his confidence is coming back in, so great to see that. Ankeny had missed opportunities. I think Coach had a great point there. That's something they could have capitalized on. We'll see what the defense have now made some adjustments here. How you come out in the second half after making adjustments will tell the tale.
10-10's our score here. Southeast Polk leads Valley 7-6 at the half. Dowling in front of Kennedy 7-0 at the second quarter. Johnston and Waukee Northwest tied at 14. Bettendorf leads Pleasant Valley 7-6. Waukee in front of Ames 35-8. We'll see Ames next week against Centennial here on CISN and the Ankeny feed. Liberty of Iowa City leads West of Iowa City 35-26. That's in the second quarter. Urbandale 10, Indianola 7. Cedar Falls 14-7 ahead of Prairie. Cedar Falls debuting their new stadium there at the high school, so that's kind of fun for them to see. City High is playing at Joliet Catholic. A couple of other scores from north central Iowa. Marshalltown leads Mason City 17-12. Ottumwa in front of Keokuk 16-6. Blake Walker, thank you very much. Jeff Martens as well. We'll step away for a quick 1-minute break or so and be ready for the second half coming your way. 10-10's your score here on CISN.
Save big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Well, there's a new wrinkle to the stadium. The North End Zone project just completed. I think they had the ribbon cutting today. Locker room space, dressing room space, meeting room, team rooms. My understanding is both Ankeny and Centennial will use that facility for families of players, and sitting up there now is coaches' families and significant others, and give them a chance to have a kind of little area and some spread out to themselves. And then Ankeny is going to use it for postgame. They are allowing their players to drive to the stadium not bringing buses, and so that's going to change the post-game atmosphere here, Tim.
Yes, it will.
How many times? I think a couple of years ago when we had Southeast Polk, we were well off the air, and Southeast Polk was still having a good old time down on the field with their fans and friends.
They do travel well.
Yeah.
The Rams from Southeast Polk.
All right. Austin Oliver says the wind has not made much of a factor here as the third quarter. Thanks for that update, Austin, on our sidelines tonight. Ankeny will kick off. Centennial will get the ball to start the second half. We're tied at 10. Ryan Harrington to tee it up from his own 40. And we're underway here in the third quarter, and that's going to be a touchback. And here comes Chase Kluver. What do you see from him? Does that drive give him a boost, Tim?
I think it does. He doesn't have to pass the ball to move the offense. The running game really came on there, especially with J.J. Morgan. So I looked for them to come out of here and establish that running game again behind that big offensive line. We'll see how the Hawk defense responds. They got put on their heels there late in the second quarter. Do they come out here and get a 3 and out and get the ball back? Or do they allow that offensive line of Centennial to start dominating again and get some traction?
Chase Kluver goes under center. He's got Heather, now Jackson in motion. They give it Braden around the right side. Braden gets a full head of steam, and he is running really fast down that far sideline. Great spin move down to the 40 before he's brought down by a couple of Hawks. That's the Braden Jackson that Coach wanted to see, and wow, he's got speed.
He got out there, good blocking on the outside. I couldn't tell who the linemen were getting out there, but they created a seam for him, and he's got the speed to run, adding on to those 42 yards he had in the first half.
We'll see if the run throws up the pass, opens it up. We have a downed Hawk on that far sideline. Down there at about the 42-yard line. As the Jaguar offensive line, I'm sure they make great adjustments at halftime. Seeing what was starting to work there towards the end of the first half, look for them to do more of the same.
There were a lot of collisions down there as they got down the sideline, bodies flying around.
The downed Hawk right now is Dawson Winiger. Will step away from Ankeny Stadium.
Save big at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab offering 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $4,750 cash. New 2024 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. And new Sierra 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $3,750 cash. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. DeArmondChevyGMC.com.
Dawson Winiger walks off the field on his own power. Training staff there. As Centennial, great pickup there. 39-yard gain for Jackson. They go Heather up the middle, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage +3. At least Andrew Haase there.
10, Sam Heather.
You're really seeing that
and
offensive
Karsten
line.
Bernholtz.
Offensive line really firing off the ball there. They're starting to smell a little blood in the water. They're getting their tempo going on there. So it's easier to block when you're driving straight ahead.
3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7.
Looks like they picked up some confidence there in their running game. They're just going to go with it. We're going to see a combination of any of those running backs and Kluver run the ball.
Go with what the defense gives you, and that right now, it's running the football for the Jaguars. And now it's a pass for Kluver. With time, now he goes the other way. Throws off his back foot, catches it, is Jackson. And then the yards after catch, Manning Allen makes the tackle in the open field. We do have a whistle.
With all that scrambling, what happens is the linemen start sneaking downfield, look for someone to block. They had illegal linemen downfield. Kluver forced was flushed out.
Offense, number 57. Over the 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Big break there because someone lost coverage on the right side, leaving Brandon Jackson open. That would have been a huge first down.
Ball goes all the way back to the 43-yard line. It'll be second down again and 12.
They've had good yards on running the ball. They may just stay on the ground here.
Reverse counter with Morgan on the inside, and he's hit. Sam Sandvig comes up.
Morgan on the carry.
And I think we had a cramp right there. Easy Pinks.
Brought down by number 9, Sam Sandvig, number 31, Ezekiel Pinks.
He's playing to his calf. He goes just a little bit of cramp there. It's been, you can feel it's a little warm tonight. These guys have been conditioning in heat here last few weeks. He's jogging off. Good to see the guys coming off on their own power.
Pretty sure they were all told cherry juice and pickle juice if they can help it. Hydration's key.
And you have to do that several days in advance to get as much fluid in your body. You can't do it the day of a game.
Well, that's the thing with it being as hot as it was this week. It should be easy to get in that mode as practice times were all adjusted. Big third down for the Jags here, 3rd and 7. Jackson in motion, they go at the end around. He's spread out, he's going to cut it back up, and I think they're going to throw him forward for a first down. Manning Allen and Ben Taylor, and it is about half a yard short.
Ozzie had him by the...
And now it is a first down, yeah.
But not enough to bring him down.
First down, Centennial.
You look at Braden Jackson from his sophomore year to his senior. He has just picked up in muscle and speed and gotten faster and stronger.
Coach says that he saw how much that benefited Porter last year as a running back, being that strong, that he dedicated himself this year. Great pad level when he hits the...
They go Heather, and Heather is going to run, and right now it's a tackle.
Carson Baker.
Brought down by 54, Carson Baker.
So Carson Baker, one thing, Tim, it looks like Centennial's continuing to get just a couple more yards and a couple more yards.
You talk about pad level with the running backs. You get in there, you get your pad square to the line of scrimmage, falling forward. So even if you get hit in the backfield, you're still going to gain a yard or two. So getting a lot of positive yards on their first down. So now looking at 2nd and 6.
Playbook seemingly open. And it's a handoff right side, and there's a penalty flag. Is running down, closing in on the end zone is
on the carry, penalty on the play.
Jeremiah
holding
Bassett.
Centennial.
And before the play was even done, they call holding.
Yeah, I think either might have got, pulled the guy in, made more of a tackle than he did a block there on the outside.
Holding, offense number 78. 10 yards from the spot of foul. We play 7 down.
You could see it in the replay there, couldn't you?
Yep. So backs him up here. A couple penalties on this drive. We're seeing now the Hawk defense, with that running game being so good, they are blitzing less. They can't put pressure on the quarterback, so they have to stay in that base 3-3 defense and allowing more gaps to get blocked on.
2nd and 12 from the 33 coming here for the Jaguars. 8:47 to go, 3rd quarter.
Clear's been known to roll out to his left.
Reverse again. Morgan underneath. Gets a good move and gets inside the 25 down to about the 24. Ben Taylor both being carried off or having help getting carried off. As again, conditioning looks to be part tonight as the humidity is now it's still warm out there tonight.
Micah Johnson not putting much weight on that right leg. Looks like Voss kind of came off. He probably just got stunned there trying to make a tackle. Had an awkward fall.
The extra point from Bendazoo is good, and it's now 17-10. Centennial with 7:54 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Jaguars 17, Ankeny Hawks 10.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality and materials of Berlin Gardens poly furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Centennial starting to exert some physicality in this contest. They now lead 17-10, 80-yard drive to start the third quarter. They take the opening kickoff and go down and score on a 24-yard touchdown run by Braden Jackson. Bendazoo to kick, and another high end over end taken into the end zone and touchback. Austin Oliver, you could have picked that up there. Austin, it's starting to look like Ankeny's really kind of, they need some time on that sideline.
Yeah, I tell you what, Coach Pezzetti, if he had to draw up a drive to come out of the half with, that had to be it. I mean, just mauling, just right down your throat running game, kind of a drive there. That definitely could be a game-defining drive to start the second half out for sure.
One thing that Ryan Pezzetti said, he goes, last year our defensive line started to play violent.
Yes.
Now they're going to need that defensive line to renew that and get their offense back on the field. Let's see what the Hawks do. 1st and 10 from the 20.
That interior six for Centennial has been salty. Okay, with a three-man front right now.
Richmond comes in tight. They give it to Larmy. Larmy spins his way, but there was only 5 white shirts around. There were no maroon jerseys anywhere close. Carlos Blunt and Hambasic
got a lineman down.
Now a lineman down. And that is Landon Rudder.
Their guard. Coach said that he's one of the, maybe the strongest lineman that they have on the team there.
And that doesn't look like a cramp.
No.
17-10 is our score. Dowling leads Kennedy 17-0 at the break. Waukee Northwest has now put a field goal on the board to leave 17-14. Waukee starting to pull away from Ames, 42-14. And now they help Rudder up. He walks off on his own power.
Probably see Samson Thompson coming in. He's the other backup lineman. So 7 yards on that play. That's probably one of the better running plays they had there. See if Ankeny wants to get the ground game going, get their linemen back in the same flow as Centennial has been.
Richmond in motion. On 2nd down, Larmy is hit initially and then can't shake. There first was Isaiah Bassett. Blunt was there for the finish. Also coming in was Isaac Brule.
Man, stop for the Jags, number 99,
and Max Hokum there as well.
Ran right into the teeth of the defense. They were trying to run some counter back there, but they had more people coming on the edge than they had blockers.
Hankus in, Larmy out on 3rd and 6. Hawks lose a couple on that play. If anything, to get a first down for Ankeny would give your defense just a couple more minutes to stretch and take the ball away from Centennial. This is a big play for the Ankeny offense right here. Anderson throws, caught by Owen Fisher at the 32-yard line, enough to move the sticks.
That was a good
Jackson
play.
Reed.
Good play there, because I think Curvey was going to come on the outside, but that was a good zip on the ball there by Luke Anderson to get the first down. See if they can continue this drive.
Ball at the 33-yard line. Hawks go tempo. They throw out to the flats. It's caught by Erlmeyer. who jukes and jives his way across midfield all the way up to the 42. Gain of almost 18 on that play. 19, thank you, Jeff. And Isaiah Bassett, the tackle on the play action out to the front. First time we've seen Erlmeyer get the ball in a while.
Yeah, get there a little more tempo going on.
They go back with Henkes, and he is stopped pretty much right at the point of the line of scrimmage.
Gervais was in there pushing down, from the end position, really closing it down, letting the work of the defensive tackles take over. Not much running room on the inside of the line there.
They'll give him 1. 3 to the right for the Hawks. 1 to the top. Hard snap, gets a jump right over the ball.
Gives a little more breathing room. Go take, instead of 9 yards, it'd be 2nd and 4.
Holcomb took the hard snap and went over the line.
Centennial's gone back to the 4-man front.
Defense number 99. Over the 5-yard penalty, and then 2nd down.
Free 5 yards for Ankeny. Another penalty for the Jaguars. Great crowd. Want to thank the concession stand crew for helping us out here at halftime. They're working hard. Have patience. Have grace. They'll get you served. Anderson. The delayed give to Henkes, and boy, Malachi was there. Wow,
yeah, so it was like Bassett was in there as well from the outside, shot the gap, was an outside blitz. Both teams have very active linebackers that get in there and cause a lot of havoc. That was a big play there as it caused a loss because they only had 4 yards to go, so now you got a 3rd and 6.
Boy, Gervais is fun, isn't he?
He is. It's quick off the ball.
Trips to the right on 3rd down. Anderson runs out of time, runs under. He is going to be hit and dropped all the way back.
Looks like
Holcomb also.
Grider's in there as well.
Kane Brooks. And that drive just fell apart. Great defense. The Centennial defense has absolutely come to play here the last 2 quarters.
Yes, they have. They've done a good job. Even though they got burned there a little bit, got the ball to midfield, they were able to stifle them, get a sack, and get the ball back.
Harrington to punt. Gets it away. Nice kick. Taken at the 10. Still on his feet is Del Wiesack. He gets up to about the 25-yard line.
Stuttered like he had fair caught it, but he didn't raise his arm. Then he took off. It's a good return there up to the 25.
Daniel Frazee and Finn McClure in on that tackle. 4:01 to play, 3rd quarter. Jaguars 17, Hawks 10. This offense comes out to work. They've been feeling a whole lot better about themselves. Braden Jackson's been big. Throwing a little bit of Morgan on a counter. And then look for Heather. That's been the recipe for success so far in this second half. They go Jackson, and he just runs away from everybody. Still on his feet across midfield, down the far sideline. Out of bounds at about the 45. Make it the 42-yard line before Clark brings him down. And also another Hawk. That's Sam Sandvig is slow to get up. And again, another play. 2 more Hawks go down.
Yeah, he's finding room out there to get bounced to the outside. The original hole is closed. They're doing that. But they're leaving too many gaps open, the Hawk defense. He's finding that hole, and he's got the acceleration to take it up the sideline. He's getting him out of position.
Right now the humidity is 67%, dew point at 59. It's only a temperature of 71, but man, they got a lot of players hurting right now. Whittinger has been out. Now it's Sandvig.
Whittinger is back in, playing the middle.
Now I was like, where did Sammy go? There's Sammy Sandvig getting help again. Trainers are getting their steps in. Dowling and Kennedy have gone to the third quarter, and the Maroons just scored on a nice pass play. So now Dowling leads 23-0 on that play. You can watch it on CISN if you want a multi-screen. We're like the red zone now. You can have 3 games on at a time. Pick your feed. We will see Dowling this year here in 2 weeks against Ankeny. Up the middle and up over end is Sam Heather. Manning Allen is in there.
Allen, we haven't talked that. He's the anchor of that middle.
Ben Taylor also there for the tackle.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Once again, that initial hit is coming 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. So that line is leaning on that Hawk defense, wearing them down.
It's like a boxing match here. Heavyweights leaning on each other. Morgan, burst of speed. Brought down.
First down,
Joey Sandvig.
32. J.J. Morgan.
Now a few more bodies starting to kind of rotate through. The Hawks need to bring in bodies as they keep adding up on the sideline here.
That interior line, Dickinson, Humphrey, Yurkovic, Lichty, they're just drive blocking straight ahead. They're not even running trap plays right now. Then the cutback there is that the running backs are just picking their hole.
Kluver under center. Jackson in motion, gets it on the jet sweep. Still on his feet, down that far sideline. It's a race to the end zone, puts the ball down. Touchdown! 25 yards now for Braden Jackson. Back-to-back scores.
If you count the end of the second quarter, there are 3 consecutive touchdown drives by the Centennial offense.
Intercept the point after number 18, Ryan Bendezu.
Bendezu will be out again for the extra point, and the Jaguars now putting some distance on this contest, going up 2 touchdowns. Bendezu's kick is good. 24-0, or 24-10. Jaguars in front of the Hawks here on CISN.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Braden Jackson's having a night. 13 carries, 172 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. Jaguars have now amassed 284 yards on the ground on 32 carries. The Hawks have run it 14 times, 17 yards. Kick is taken at the 5-yard line. Henkus at the 20. Gets a block, 25-30. Jukes and jives, spins his way out of bounds. And is hit as he goes down. A couple of big plays there. One of the first Jaguars that was there was Sam Stilmunkus. Austin Oliver. What's going on there?
Well, down here, a bunch of future Jag players down here. They're feeling pretty good about themselves, but I think everybody is just feeling the effects of just a tough-fought game. I was watching on that maybe a third down, like both sides were flexing their calves, everything. So definitely the physicality of the game taking a toll on everybody.
1st and 10 from the 31 after the return by Hinkes. He's now next to Anderson. And he has absolutely stood up and driven down, you guessed it, Malachi
Hinkes on the
Curvey.
carry.
And also Noah Carter. There's another guy. We said Carter early. He's been in on a lot of plays too, Tim.
Yeah, he has. They're flipping back and forth between Carter and Basic. So he's doing a nice job when he's in there. Also, those ends are having a great night.
See if the Hawks pass here on 2nd down. They are. Anderson with it. Throws it down the near sideline. It's a jump ball, and it's broken up by Jackson Reed, intended for Owen Fisher. Incomplete, 3rd and 10.
Reed did a nice job of maintaining his presence there and going up at the ball right when it got there.
Lots of activity in the hands there, trying to find space.
Good no call there because both players are going for the ball, not really impeding each other's progress. Anderson had success down the middle, a quick slant in, see if they want to go for something there.
3rd and 10 for the Hawks. Anderson looks for the screen and cannot get it to Larmy. I don't think he was going to go anywhere because right there in front was Max Holcomb.
4th down.
Holcomb had that. That is twice now the Hawks have tried to run the screen, Tim, and it has been sniffed out like the Jaguars were in the huddle.
Yep, they know it's coming there. And when the defensive linemen are coming back in, trailing, and right there was Blount and Anderson. So even if he would have caught it, he'd have probably had a 5-yard loss. So
Garrett Stevens.
Live and die in the passing game here. They've really given up on the running game that was going to be one of their basics.
Harrington on to punt again, and he barely got that one away. Good pressure by Bassett. And the fair catch taken and the official knocked down at the 24-yard line. Logan Wirtz is going to say, don't look at my number. Don't remember who I am.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game out there. That drive, only 3 and out. That's what Centennial wanted to do. Bad for the Hawk defense. They have to come back out in the field. Giving up, like I said, back-to-back touchdown drives, and 3 if you include the end of the second quarter.
All right, Chase Kluber goes to work. 1st and 10 from the 24. Jaguars have had some great drives. They go, you bet they go Braden Jackson right side. And he just continues to run over the Hawk defense.
Jackson on the carry.
Almost 8 on that play.
On the stop for the Hawks, number 9, Sam Sandberg.
Yeah, Max Dixon from his guard position goes out there, gets a kick-out block, creating that lane for Jackson to cut back. They found a lot of that in there. Get the defense, spreading them out, creating bigger lanes between the tackles. Like I said, the Hawk defense is unable to have any of that blitzing going on, so they're really playing with a 3-man front, easier to block.
The give is to Heather, and he's going to just push his way forward again. Whittinger was there, so is Tristan Hill. One thing coaches talk about, and I didn't hear a lot of it, was we're going to run a lot of fresh bodies, in and out, in and out. Ankeny's now being forced to do that here now, just because of the continued injuries and cramps.
And even though they're on the field at the same time, it takes more of a toll on the defense because they're having to fight back. And the offense is just leaning forward, creating holes.
1st down. Morgan is stood up, and he'll get to about the 40, no further.
Morgan.
Mars Clark makes it. Man, you got good eyes, Steve. I cannot see that without glasses.
Good job there. Running Sam Heather just enough that you have to respect the fake to him.
That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, which saw the Jaguars score 2 times to take a 24-10 lead the 4th quarter when we come back here on CISN.
Free Father's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
The Ankeny Hawks haven't had anything but a punt or a turnover since the second quarter when they put 10 points on the board. It has been a lot of punts. Right now they're trying to figure out how to get some defense to stop this Jaguar offense. Penalty flag before the snap. Likely going to be on Centennial since they stopped the play.
False start.
It is a false start.
Offense number 10. 5-yard penalty.
24-10, Centennial leads Ankeny here in the fourth quarter. Southeast Polk leads Valley 17-13. The Rams are the Hawks' opponents next week. The Jaguars will be home with Ames, who are now down 52-14. New coach there for the Little Cyclones. We'll see him here. Pregame after 6 o'clock on CISN. Kickoff at 7. Heather with a touchdown pass. Reception, and it's been Braden Jackson on runs of 24 and 25. Here's the counter to Morgan. He escapes for a moment. Sam Sandvig stands him up, and then a couple of other Hawks. Maybe that'll be a little bit of a motivator. Tristan Hill also there.
Hawks, number 9,
Hawks need a big defensive play, Tim. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
right
3rd and
now.
11, they switched in. Opabi comes in. Bernholtz comes out. Now we'll see, will they want to blitz? It's a 3rd and long. But the running game has been so successful. We may see another one of those double reverses, but they're getting to the outside and finding the cut lane and picking up 8-9 yards at a pop.
Hometown fans on the west side. Hawks make a little noise trying to cheer on their defense. They go Jackson on the sweep, end around, and he's not going to get it. First one there is Easy Pinks.
Yeah. Pinks having a heck of a game tonight. I've seen the tackle chart, but he held his ground.
And Braden Jackson's slow to get up, and boy, that will put a stop of the heart for Centennial fans there.
Kind of came down. He was underneath Pinks when he made the tackle and got him down on the ground. Little stop play.
They have both of Braden's legs are in the air being stretched. Not just one leg cramping, double. That's a 2-for-1 sale. Oh, first game of the year, Tim, is always tough for a number of factors. It is usually warm.
Yep.
It is usually the stamina, no matter how much you've been working at this June and July and August. Friday Night Lights are a whole different than all the practices you've done.
He may have got a leg caught underneath him when he went down for the tackle because Pinks was on his back. Unintentional tackle there. But big stop for the Ankeny defense. That penalty and 2 good defensive plays.
Back deep bringing number 3, Kenny Boss, number 11, Lamarius Clark.
Bass has got a big leg. If you're old enough like me, it kind of reminds you of like Reggie Roby.
Oh, you can't pull out Reggie Roby.
Yes.
Yes, you can. Isaiah Bassett, defensive end, before the snap. We've got a whistle. Might be 5 more yards. Even if it is against Ankeny, it would only make it 4th and 5.
Prior to the snap, full start. On the kicking team, number 7. We have 5 coming. 4th down.
It is against Centennial. Ball will go back to the 32. Bassett just backs up 5 more. Kinnick Voss and Mars Clark back for Ankeny.
Returns a little shallow.
Kick goes over Clark's head, and that thing's going to bounce, and that's going to flip the field.
Pick up another 20 yards on the bounce. Wondering why they had position calling off the receiver, so may have to ask coach of. That's losing major field position.
Ball's blown at the 9-yard line.
2 plays now. Mars Clark has been practicing, cleared to play, transfer from Cedar Rapids Prairie. Cleared yesterday. Paperwork all complete, but he has been practicing, but still learning the new Hawks system and how they do things.
As mentioned earlier, you can go through practice and hit, but it's the game style hitting you get for a full game is hard to adjust to.
Anderson to throw on 1st down, throws to the near side. He's got Brandhorst, and it was thrown under. Great defense there. Coming over was Chase Kluver, but also Kane Brooks as he was double coverage. So last year teams would have to put an extra safety or a corner and account for Devin Akers. So far, Brandhorst is drawing some of that. But not as often. It's been a lot of single coverage, and it's been harder for the Hawks to get open.
Longer, deeper routes take a while to develop.
Anderson goes to Brandhorst, caught at the 14. That's going to be short of the 1st down.
That'd be something you should run on 1st down. Move the chains a little bit, give yourself a second and manageable. Now you got a 3rd and 5. We have not seen Richmond catch a ball yet, but he's out there on the hash.
Yeah, he's split out, second man on the top of the screen. They're looking near side. They throw Brandhorst at the sticks. He's at the 20, which would be just enough to move the chains.
Nice fingertip catch. I like to see the receiver looking the ball into their hands, get the 1st down. See if you can get that corner. Corner's been giving him a lot of cushion out there.
Andrew Brandhorst, his father was a state champion for the Hudson Pirates 30 years ago, the 1994 team. That was a great team. Caden Hankus gets the carry up to the 25. Hudson Pirates, Bill Marceau, Bob Peterson, Justin Urbanik on that team. Bill Marceau was one of the first big recruits of Dan McCarney.
2nd and 5.
All good dudes.
We're
good
just
guys.
pulling out nostalgia here, aren't we? We're getting the Reggie Robies, the Hudson Pirates.
We'll just drop Northeast knowledge as much as we can. 2nd and 5, under 10 minutes to play. Hawks need a couple more 1st downs here. They're down 2 scores. Anderson flush, throws off his back foot, caught by Erlmeyer. Jukes a little bit, gets up to about the 32 before Blunt and
Erlmeyer.
Blunt on the tackle there.
Blunt and Bassett were there.
Carlos Blunt.
Take what they give you. They're giving them the underneath. They don't want to give up anything deep because that's why he picked the double coverage. So Anderson's going to force to go underneath, pick them off 5-7 yards at a time.
Quick throw out to Erlmeyer in the flats. He escapes one tackler, which was Brooks, and then brought down by a second. It was Hambasic.
What we haven't seen yet, Owen Fisher, who's got some speed on the outside. Maybe setting them up to on a pump fake. Once again, that center field is looking wide open. At times, I think you take a sideline route, but between the hashes sometimes, running someone up the hash might be the open receiver.
2nd and 8. Anderson goes far sideline. Race step for step, and it is caught at the 35-yard line by Owen Fisher.
Yep.
They'd thrown to him over the top earlier.
Yep, he's got the speed to blow it off. He'll get over that corner. Did a nice job there. Nice pass and catch.
Anderson to Fisher. Ball for the 31-yard line. That's a Hawk. 1st down.
35-yard pickup for Owen Fisher. And the Hawks go tempo.
See, now we got Kluver shading over on the hash here because you got double wides on the left side.
Anderson back to pass. 3-step throws far sideline. Caught near the sticks to the tight end. Nathan Richmond. You've been waiting, Tim. You've been waiting.
Number 88.
Yep, the coach said that he's not quite the developed blocker yet that they had last year, but he's got great hands. We may see him more. He's been lining up wide quite a bit this evening.
Isaac Brule on the tackle. Second and short. Larmy cannot escape Isaiah Bassett. Holy cow, Isaiah. He has gotten so much better from last year to this year. Super impressed as he's progressed.
The local paper talked about two of the better defensive ends we're going to see is Curvey and Bassett.
Number 3, Isaiah Bassett. Number 9, Mitchell Grider.
One thing to know that Centennial defense has done a good job of not letting any screen passes. We haven't seen Larmy catch many of the balls tonight.
Anderson with time throws it, caught Hankus back shoulder, and Hankus is going to be close, but he is going to be short of the first down.
Pass complete to Hankus.
Probably a yard.
Ryder,
Curvey out there as well as Reed.
4th down.
Hawks need 2 touchdowns.
This is what they call their six-pack offense. They bring an extra lineman in there. They pull B-Roth in as a lead blocker.
And they're going to have to call timeout because I think they had at least 12 guys, if not 13 on there. Timeout, Ankeny, 7:15. But they're threatening, the Hawks are. Back in a moment.
Save big at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab offering 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $4,750 cash. New 2024 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. And new Sierra 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $3,750 cash. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. DeArmondChevyGMC.com.
Well, we are setting ourselves up for a nice finish here. Centennial leads by 2 scores, 24-10. Here at Ankeny Stadium tonight, a packed stadium. Starting to see a few people slip out, but Ankeny's won 4 of the last 5. Jaguars last one in 2021, 14-7. They're in the lead right now. Hawks are trying to convert here on 4th and 1.
They're not using their heavy packs. They're kind of going with a strong formation to the right.
Richmond in that heavy spot. Hankus next to Anderson. It's a pass. Throws behind Fisher. I think there's a whole lot of confusion. Hankus never moved. Fisher was coming across, and I think Brandhorst was there. I think there was a lot of confusion on that play. Another turnover on downs for the Hawks. Jaguars take over at the 7:10 mark here in the 4th.
Curvey coming in, put a lot of pressure. I think Anderson got rid of it a little quicker than he wanted to. He threw it a little low and behind. Didn't have time to step up and make the throw. So now it's back on the defense. Can they get a 3 and out? Clock ticking, 7 minutes to go, down by 2 touchdowns.
Chase Kluver, who just spent a whole bunch of time on the field on defense, now goes to work on offense. The two-way player, what's he have now? He's going to have to milk some clock. Handoff. They go to Sam Heather. Takes a second effort. Kinnick Voss up there, as well as Whittinger.
On the stop.
Hunter Mitter in there also made the initial hit to kind of made him bounce outside. Still picked up, leading forward, picked up 2 yards. Willing to let this clock run.
2nd and 7, clock is ticking. At some point, if Ankeny can keep this within maybe 5, 3rd and 5, they might call timeout. They go Morgan. Hazy gets there first. Had a little help from his friend
J.J. Morgan.
Hunter Minner. And we have a helmet off and a Jaguar down.
For the Hawks, number 95, Andrew Hazy.
Stop the clock. It'll start. Only 2 timeouts left for the Hawks.
Well, did they end up calling? Oh, they called timeout on that play.
Yeah,
that's right.
4th down.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's what early in the season, you don't have the personnel that comes in quickly. You're forced to use a timeout at a critical 4th and down where you could have ran the play right away. You had the momentum there. Gave Centennial a chance to set their defense to make a big play. So 3rd and 4, I would expect Centennial to come out with a running play.
Play clock needs to move. Officials are all winding it up, and now it does, but the game clock will go with it here. Kluver walks the play in.
Jackson's back in the huddle again. I would be surprised that he gets the ball. Usually lines up on the left side.
Ryan Pezzetti calls timeout. 3rd and 4.
Wanted to see the defensive personnel there for Ankeny. Because a first down here would basically end the game for the Ankeny Hawks.
Kennedy has scored to cut into the Dowling lead 24-6. Johnston now up 28-17 on Northwest. Waukee, still in the 3rd, leads Ames 59-14. Iowa City West, who the Hawks will see, and will see here this season. Liberty leads Iowa City West 35-26. Cedar Falls in front of Prairie 21-7. Jaguars looking to convert on 3rd and 4 from their own 28. Kluver goes under center. Jackson. Hanks is there, short of the first down. Hawks have life. Manning Allen there. Pinks, Ben Taylor,
Manisoff Rankin,
Bernholtz, Voss.
Ezekiel Pinks. 4th and 2.
Well, let's see what happens on this punt return. Are they going to send Clark, make sure he's back far enough with Bassett's booming leg?
Yeah, last time they only back 35 yards. I'd be back at 40 to 45. Make a fair catch. Otherwise, they should. They do get a fair catch. They will get the ball with about 5 minutes left to go.
Clark, punting, number 3.
You just don't want to give up 20 yards on a punt again.
Last time they did.
Great punt, and Voss goes back to get it, and Fair catches it at the 25. But man, good coverage by Centennial. They were in position. Voss just keeps the ball in front of him as the shortstop there. Doesn't let that ball get into the outfield. It'll be Hawk football at the 26-yard line. We haven't heard from Austin in a while because we haven't had a score, but everybody's still. Have we recovered it all, Austin?
I tell you what, I just walked completely around the field, went through both of the sidelines. I tell you, whatever team's on the sideline, like offense or defense, it looks like a yoga studio out there right now. There's foam rollers, there's those acupressure guns going. These guys are doing anything that they can do to stay out on that field right now.
It's going to be a tough night of rehydration before the play, a penalty. I think Ankeny started before they were supposed to.
Player down. I think he just.
Prior to the snap, encroachment. Defense number 3.
Oh, it's on the defense.
Penalty, and then first down.
Rudder coming off again. He had injured that leg before, must have stepped on it wrong. He's coming off the field, so.
Ankeny 235 passing, 21 rushing. It has been much more of a passing offense tonight. Before the snap again, penalty flag.
Prior to the snap, full start. Offense number 13.
Now we're back to where we started.
5-yard penalty.
Now you know why
Remains first down.
the official was smiling. Larmy 10 carries, 24 yards tonight. There was a question kind of floating around some observers, the Ankeny program, just how much was the running last year because of the threat that they had with Devin Akers? And what if that opened up runs? Anderson runs, now throws, slings it incomplete at the 30, intended for Larmy.
Larmy falls incomplete.
And the Centennial's going to play that zone. They're just going to shadow which side that Anderson is going. They're going to give him anything under 5 yards. He can go and complete those all night long. He's looking for something deep, but there's nothing going to be down there. They're playing too deep for him.
And when you've not been running the football effectively, it kind of allows you to do that. Pass is thrown far sideline, caught. Hankus just short of the 35-yard line.
So we're in 4-down territory. The quick outs have worked. This is something that you see Erlmeyer.
Ball at the 34, 3rd and 2. Clock moving, 4:45. Anderson with time, going big. Downfield's got Erlmeyer, and it's thrown, and I think it's intercepted because it is. Picked off by Centennial, Isaac Brule.
Interception for the Jags, number 4, Isaac Brule.
Great throw by Anderson, just right to Isaac Brule. Ripped it away.
Yeah, I think he
from Erlmeyer.
It took it more than anything, but great play by a center fielder there. Brule, playing deep, waiting for that long ball to go there. He had position on it. I think he just took it away.
I think it was actually maybe overthrown that time.
Slightly, yeah, slightly.
And Brule was not getting burned or getting beat on that play.
First turnover, besides turnover on downs for the Hawk offense. But now with the clock, I think we'll see a ground game here by the Centennial offense. Just run this clock down.
Morgan gets to the line of scrimmage and not much further. Hazy there, same as Whittinger.
Ball carried by number 32.
Morgan gets a little bit of help from
Morgan.
Jeremiah Bassett.
Brought down by number 6, Dawson Whittinger. Number 99. Number 95.
Gain of 4.
Andrew Hazy.
On the play. Clock approaching 4 minutes. Kluver, handoff Heather. And he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Andrew Hazy.
Heather on the carry.
Yeah, Heather's done the dirty work, getting the yards. Keeping the defense honest.
Hazy played a lot as a sophomore. Bringing it here as a senior. He's one of those they're looking at that need to have a big season.
Correction, second time out of the
Hazy is in wrestling, does throwing in track and field. He wants to study criminal justice. Right now he's committed to play at Wayne State in Wayne, Nebraska.
I know these two programs have done a good job developing the high school talent. I think I wouldn't be surprised if scouts are here, maybe listening to us. The game.
Are they scouting us or are they the players?
No, I don't think. I would say they're not scouting.
Oh, okay.
Us. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
We remind you to save your seats for the presentation of the Great American Rivalry Series Most Valuable
Well,
Player
we're going to probably do some
and
long
championship
post-game
trophy.
show because we're going to get nowhere near a car.
No.
Tonight. Great crowd still here, starting to file out just a little bit. Some of the Hawk faithful think that this game is over. But it's a big 3rd down and 8. Jackson, left side. I think he's going to get it. He is. In fact, he might break it all the way for a score. Braden Jackson, foot race down the left side. Only one guy can catch him, and it's Sammy Sandvig. Jackson all the way down to the 15-yard line.
You know that was going to break eventually, that he was getting to the outside. He's got the wheels. He's got the afterburners going on there. Sandvik had the angle and just flat out just caught him by the ankles to prevent another touchdown.
52-yard pickup for Braden Jackson.
That gives Jackson 234 yards unofficially from our press box for the night.
Jackson on the 4x2 state championship team in track. You got to move when you're on the 4x2. Jackson does. Before the snap, a whistle.
Morgan there, he left a little early. That is something that I think Coach Pezzetti is going to work on. He goes, way too many motion penalties, on the offense at 5 yards at a time. Could have cost him, many times here. But shout out to that offensive line.
Well, that's one thing Ryan had said. He goes, I just love our offensive line. And really tonight, it shows why.
Yeah. The running game has been a quarterback's best friend. Kluver has not attempted a pass, has not yet this half.
Heather up the gut and won't go very far.
Heather on the carry.
Bottom of the pile, looks like Manning Allen, Andrew Haase.
One thing this offense has done is when your line's doing that, is working on the clock. It's just keeping the Ankeny Hawk offense on the sideline. They cannot get on the field to do anything.
Clock under 3. One coach told me about Centennial that at practice, there's been years that they've had offense and defensive lines really kind of butt heads and nobody makes any progress. And we think, all right, we got good offense and defensive lines. And then they get to a game and they don't. I think this year it's proof that they do have great lines. Morgan escapes inside the 15 down to about the 11.
Allen on the tackle there.
Manning Allen, the tackle.
Yep. 32, J.J. Morgan.
Not a very big nose tackle, but
Whitinger.
He's the anchor of that defense. Great kid.
3rd and 7.
And now is about the time when we start thinking about post-game interviews, Tim. One's pretty obvious.
They're going to take this down to about 140.
Jackson in motion. He'll get it on the left side. Still on his feet. He's rushing for the pylon and walks into the end zone for another touchdown. 11 yards this time for Braden Jackson.
Yeah, he went up there, gave him a little shoulder dip, took it to the outside. He's got a quick step out there. Then the defense took it in, and he's in the end zone.
In for the PAT.
So I guess Jackson is your
Ryan Bendezou.
One of the guys you're talking about.
I think that's one. Bendezou on to attempt the extra point again. At the 140 mark, 3 touchdowns for Braden Jackson, 24, 25, and now 9. Complete is the extra point. 31-10, 140 to play here from Ankeny Stadium.
10.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
31-10 is your score here. Ryan Bendezou to kick it off. Last time the Jaguars won by this many points was in 2017 when it was 21-0. The year before,
Only place on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, Ankeny.
that was a 10-point win. There was a stretch there where Centennial kind of owned this rivalry. Right now, it's 31-10 with 1:40. Last year, Tim, double overtime, close game in the Dome in the semifinal that was, basically one play. That was a 10-7 win. So last year, 4 points separate these two.
Yep, they were close. Last year, Ankeny seemed to make more of the bigger plays, when they needed them. They're a big play offense. The running game was a complement to that. But here tonight, they have not got any of the ground game going. So looking at something on film that, basically took the ball out of Laramie's hands.
I think, the Hawks only have 10 on the field. Hankus has to run on. Back-to-back plays here from the offense where the Hawks have been very confused. Lots of motion. Let's see if they even got set. They did. They throw it to Erlmeyer on the screen out in the flats, and he is up to about the 29, 28, so a gain of 8 on the play. Jackson has 203 yards in the second half, Austin. There's a stat for you. 203 yards in the second half. Braden Jackson tonight, total 245. Luke Anderson throws it underneath, incomplete, trying to get it to Evan Erlmeyer.
I know we look at Anderson and Blunt as being, the two star linebackers in the middle, have done a nice job, complimentary. Brew with the interception. Curvey is the one that in the backfield a lot. I know he's going to have a big season, but he's been an impact player on that defense for Centennial.
3rd and 2 with $1:16 to go. Anderson throws, caught by, is that Fisher?
Yes, Fisher out there.
And Fisher up across midfield.
The clock will stop on the chains. When the chains move.
Ball spot at the 44-yard line. That's a Hawk. First
They'll
down.
like to score here just to get something back on that offense to have them feel good about.
Gain of 30 for Fisher. First down from the 44. Under a minute now. Anderson looks. Brandhorst catches at the 40, escapes a tackler. Now another one. Now he runs. If he can escape that last one, shoestring tackle
Pass complete and great run
by Reed Anderson.
Andrew Brandhorst.
His pink gloves grabbed a hold of Brandhorst's ankles.
Line.
And
There's
Richmond was there to help him, but he can't lift him up.
No.
Quick whistle. Timeout, Centennial.
Timeout. Ankeny Centennial.
And people think, what does that matter? I think the coach goes, my defense has played well enough to keep it at a 10-point ball game. It's respect to the defense that's played, lights out tonight. So I think just look at them and just get them settled down and play smarter.
There's Brandhorst on the catch. And, yeah, seriously, that's a left ankle tackle. That was a pickup of 39, 34. 39.
Once again,
34. I saw the number and then I couldn't keep it in my brain.
MVP and championship
Don't worry.
trophy.
We're trying to get mid-season form. That's the beauty of this game. We have to be in mid-season form. Hawks trying to cut into this 3-touchdown lead. 1st and 10 from the 10. That means it's goal to go. Anderson. Pass is picked off by Curvey. Why not? He's done everything else tonight. Now an INT.
That might have inked it right there. They tried to sneak Laramie out of the backfield on the left-hand side. He turned around there.
And a penalty flag.
I think there was some celebration going on there, which came after the play was over, so it still should not affect the change of possession.
Yeah.
Officials will discuss it.
Did we see that replay already, Randy? Oh, okay. We got to see what the penalty is.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, Ankeny Centennial, number 4. A 15-yard penalty was assessed after the completion. First down, Ankeny Centennial.
Here's the play again. Oh, it just, Curvey just jumped the lane.
Yeah, he just backed up a yard, dropped back into cover. We saw the running back slip out there, and that's sometimes the ends they had the flat out there. He just dropped off. In athletic ability, he went up there and just took it out of the air.
Victory formation for the Jaguars, 2 knees, and that should do it. Braden Jackson tonight, 18 carries, 245 yards, 205 of that here in the second half. 381 yards rushing for Centennial. And neither team is going to contest it, and we have ourselves a final in 4 seconds.
The final score, Centennial Jaguars 31, Ankeny Hawks 10.
Pretty well fought football game between these two, and Centennial, great second half. Actually, really, it's that last drive of the second quarter that really set the page for the third and fourth.
Well, it was, previous to that, it was a 4th and 4. They went deep down the middle, just overthrown Erlmeyer there. He would have had a touchdown. Centennial got the ball back with 60 yards to go and drove it down the length of the field, got a touchdown, got themselves back in the game at 10-10. And after that, they came out the second half and they made a statement that they wanted the ball game, and they took it to them.
Went into the half, and I don't think you said Kluber didn't throw a touch. Yeah, he did not. 4 of 7 passing. He didn't throw a pass in the second half.
Akers, likewise, he's got 22 of 39 for 315 yards. Had 2 picks here late in the fourth quarter.
For Anderson, you mean?
Yep, for Anderson.
Yeah, 22 of 39 for.
But you have to look at that running game. They were not able to get anything established out there. Went away from it and unable to get anything going.
All right, well, that will do it for our game coverage. Our post game, when we come back, they have to do a presentation for the rivalry. Both teams will get a couple of interviews here with Centennial and get you ready for week number 2. Final from Ankeny Stadium tonight, Centennial 31, Ankeny 10. Our post-game show begins now here on CISN.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Gone final here, Centennial 31, Ankeny 10, snapping a 4 out of 5 streak that the Hawks had over that, 3 games straight. Centennial's first win in the series. since the win in 2021, when that was a 14-7 game. So really everything's been close. This is the widest margin of victory for either team since the 18 and 17 installments of this series. We are going to get a couple of post-game interviews, and I'm looking for Austin. And Austin has one of those interviews, and I think it's our star of the game, Austin.
I got them both here. I got Braden Jackson here. Braden, got a little stats for you here, all right? Let's face the camera here a little bit. 203 yards just in the second half.
They were dogs up front. They were doing their job, came out, executed.
So no passes thrown in the second half. You guys just really exerted your will there in the second half. What kind of things are happening out there?
We saw first half we were able to do whatever we wanted, just get more bodies at the point of attack, and that was the game plan coming out, make them stop us, and they couldn't.
Mr. Curvey, defense didn't give up any points in the second half. What did the coach say at halftime, or what will you guys just come out there and just put it to them in the second half?
I mean, man, not only was it the coaches, the players were just locked in. We weren't worried. Even though it was high, we weren't worried. We just know we had to stay the course, stay consistent, and execute.
Very good. And we'll get Coach here in just a second. Thanks, guys.
All right. Malachi Curvey and Braden Jackson, a couple names I'm pretty sure we're going to say a lot this season. Braden Jackson tonight just ran over everybody there in that second half. He just was able to get open again and again. And, you know, Braden is the son of Fred Jackson, who played in the NFL. And I think Braden you knew his time, and just a great kid, and happy to see success for him here tonight. And Curvey, you're like, that name sounds familiar. Cyclone fans remember. Yep. His dad played for Iowa State. So a couple of really good talents right there. As Austin's trying to navigate that area. Oh, I'm going to try to help you, Austin.
You guys hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, I'm here with Coach Pezzetti here. We just finishing up another interview here. We'll get him in just 1 second here.
Where are you even standing there, Austin? Yeah. I missed where you're at.
I'm over here on the far sideline.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Be 1 second here, and we'll be ready to go.
Ankeny Centennial wins 31-10, and they win the great American rivalry. The military comes and celebrates great rivalries. Next week, a couple of big ones as well, Valley and Dowling, and then Waukee and Northwest Waukee. So battle for West Des Moines and the battle for Waukee. And I think you'll be able to see both of those games here on CISN. Next week, we will have Centennial and Ames doing battle. Tonight, passing 4 of 17 for 13 yards, rushing 47 carries, 381 yards in that contest, a total of 394 for the Jaguars. So just a great offensive output. Ankeny rushed the ball 22 for 39 yards, and they were 22 of 39 passing. 17 for 21 yards.
Well, Coach Pezzetti said earlier in the week, said if you have 60 rushes in the game, you're rushing too much. But they only had 47. So he did keep it down a little bit, but they were extremely effective in their running game tonight.
And let's see, Ankeny receiving Larmy, 10 carries, 24 yards, catches. Erlmeyer, 8 for 57. Hankus, 2 for 12. Brandhorst, 6 for 136. Let's go down to Austin Oliver. Go ahead, Austin.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, Coach Pezzetti here. Come out of that half, 10-10. Right, we thought this was going to be an Ankeny running game. You know, it was going to be the big part of this weekend. But you guys put up a whole bunch of yards. Jackson had 203 yards in the second half. Let's talk a little bit about the running game there.
You know what? That's an offense that we've ran for a long, long time. And we haven't ran it probably in 10 years, but it's something that we always had success with. And to bring it out today, the kids wanted to do it. We talked this spring about maybe doing some things like that, and to bring it out like that and see them execute. It wasn't perfect, but it was fun to see them do it.
Yeah, you seem like you're a little emotional, like coming after the game. Like, talk a little bit about that.
Oh, it's a big game. You know what? Their staff. You know, a lot of those guys I grew up with. Todd Kluver, their offensive line coach. I grew up in that house. That's Chase's uncle. So when you look at things like that, yeah, you know what? I'm from Ankeny. This is a huge game for me, and couldn't be happier for our kids.
Well, very good. Thanks, Coach. Have a good night.
All
There you go, Paul.
Thank you very much, Austin. Great job as well. Tim, we've kind of talked about some of the other parts of this real quickly. Valley, I think, beat Southeast Polk. I think that's gone final. Dowling has beat Kennedy. Johnston beat Northwest 28-17. Bettendorf was leading PV at last check. Waukee over Ames. And those Urbandale and Johnston or Urbandale and Indianola separated by 3 points. Final thoughts on this one?
Big game, once again, we talked about, Ankeny was probably the higher-ranked team coming in, and usually the opposite things happen. So you learned a lot from this. There's a lot of good film. I think Ankeny has to go back and look at where they can make the adjustments. Centennial came out there and just, punched them in the face and says, we're here to play. So this is going to be a good season. Like I said, I still think both these teams are playoff qualifiers. Got a few things to work on going into week 2.
We'll see how it goes. There's always that improvement, week 1 to week 2. Jaguars host Ames next week. We're on the air just after 6 with the pregame. Kickoff at 7. For the entire crew here at Ankeny Stadium, thanks for watching this inaugural broadcast of 2024. Centennial the win in this series. So long from Ankeny Stadium.